Hello, hello, hello. How's it going, everybody? Just getting started here. So, I gotta figure out what flight we want to do here. Go ahead back in the old flight sim here. So I'm gonna go ahead and we'll bring up Flight Aware, and we'll find some active IRL flights, and we'll pick one. And then we'll go through and get all set up here. Okay. Oh, why my PC's running so slow today? So I'm interested with the new flight sim. They're talking it's going to be recommended 64 gigs, so we'll see what's up with that. I think I have 32, so we shall see. All right, bring a quick reference guide up. All right, let's go ahead and let's look at Flight Aware, and we'll find which flight we want. All right. So let's go ahead and we'll go from origin here. We'll leave out LaGuardia, as I like the LaGuardia. That's a good Bangor there. Bangor Legabo. Let's see. Burlington, Vermont. Charlotte, Douglas. I'm going to end up looking at the LaGuardias, but here's the LaGuardias. Charlotte, Douglas, Memphis. Ooh, Memphis could be interesting. Memphis is probably a little bit of a flight. So for those who may not know, there was a hurricane down in Florida. Looks like, as you can see, it's already spooled off over here. I think it was Helene is the name of it. But there's a hurricane spooled off far to the east. We got some rain bands that came up north earlier in the week. Looks pretty clean. We've got some over CVG, Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky, and Indy. We've got some weather, which might be interesting. Memphis is right here. That's Memphis. We got Myrtle Beach. Myrtle Beach is Myrtle Beach. MYR. MYR is right here. Myrtle Beach could be interesting. What else we got? Charlotte, Douglas. Charlotte's right here. It's a reasonably quick one. Kind of look and see what XNA is a hike. I used to go to XNA out of Miami, and that was almost a 4-hour flight from here to there. That's probably pretty long flight going to XNA. That's from MSP as well. Just kind of checking them out, seeing what we got here. We got Halifax, Nova Scotia. Yes, I think let's go ahead and go to Myrtle Beach, MYR. That'll be interesting. So let's do that. We have not done Myrtle Beach, so... Oh my god, if you could just, like, work, computer, today? I don't know what is going on. There we go. Alright. Alright, so we'll go, we'll start flight planning here. Actually click on the flight in Myrtle Beach. 5029 is the flight number. Alright, let's get set up for that. Go to liveries. Let's see. Customization. Let's see. That's, I need a tail number. I don't need a tail number, but we can run with it. Oh, spelling, yay. Alright. And this is, was 5029. All right, 5029. We'll just leave the tail number. It's not the correct tail number, but it's not a big deal. All right, let's go ahead, and we're going to be leaving from LaGuardia. And we're going to be going to Myrtle Beach. All right, we're going to go High Altitude Airways. Hour 7 flight's not bad. Runway 22 on the Hope 3. I'll write that down so I have it. Got to work on my logbook, so I have lots of extra paper. Alright, so it's going to be 22, and it's going to be the Hope 3A. Alright, off of 22. Arrivals direct automatic approach. That's fine. Myrtle Beach is not that big of an airport. Alright, that works. Let's see what they're flying at on the real scheduled flight. 340. All right, 340. Christ, come on. Oh my god, what is going on here? Come on, come on, come on. I hate it when it does that. 34000. All right, there's 340 in. All right, let's check the fuel. Fuel's all right. We'll run with that. Play with it if I need to. All right, so expect new origination checks. Start out with that. All right, so treat it as first flight of the day. I gotta make sure I check the controls, make sure those are set correctly. I screwed this up. I gotta fix this. Never mind. We're gonna go back to the main menu. Shit, I gotta I had started up at the runway. They made this game very arcadey for like just people to go fart around with airplanes, so it's kind of a pain in the ass that they do that because it's you know, it starts you at the runway. Now I gotta go back and do it all over again. 340. That looks. Now we're on runway 4. Come on, man. Runway 4 is. Let's see where they're actually going. Are they taking off 4 or 22? Come on, come on, man. What are they actually taking off here? They're taking off runway 22. So let's go ahead, take off runway 22. Do the Hope 3A. Let's see what the actual gate they left off of was. They left off of what gate? 82. We'll just pick one of these. Let's go 95's fine. Right, so Hope 3A. Make sure we're taking off from the right frickin' gate here. Going to no. What are they? They're not taking off of 22. We have 1-3. You can see a plane taking off right there off of 1-3, so we'll take off 1-3. Alright. Nothing's 5. Does that look right? That looks fine. Okay. Nothing's 5. We're going to change that. Again, thanks, Flight Sim, for all your hard work. Hopefully the new Flight Sim has better ATC and flight planning. It has some cool features I'm interested in, but like if they really make it for a kind of like, I understand they make it for amateurs, but it's also like it was always kind of a Simmer's game. That's the whole point of it, and they try to bring in more customers by making it pretty goofy and basic. And I understand it. It's just I don't like it goofy and basic. All right, let's go ahead and we'll reload that. Now we won't be at the actual runway. All ready to go. Now let's bring in LaGuardia. I gotta brief the departure. What is it? Nothing something. Nothing's 5 right there. Then RNAV out. Oh, nice, beautiful weather. I like this. All right, good. We got some good rain. That's awesome. All right, let's go ahead. All right, good. Track hours off. Let's go ahead and get this going. Go ahead through the circuit breakers are closed. Nose wheel steering is off. Let me just get the aircraft set up here. Make sure we're cold and dark. We want to be open, 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 open. Stairs we want. Railings, that's fine. Chocks in place. All right. So I can put the brake down. All right, circuit breakers are closed. Nose wheel steering is off. Hydraulic pumps are off. Landing gear is down. Flight spoilers set to 0. Slats flaps set to 0. Radars are off. ADG manual handle is stowed, and emergency flaps are normal. Battery master switch is coming on. All right, clear the noise for the master caution and warnings. We're going to go ahead and we're going to go to the electrics page 2. Going to make sure we have 22 or greater. We do. All right, good. That means we can get a start on. Going to go ahead. We're going to open the door for the APU. We're going to make sure. I got to go back to status page. APU and bite. SOV valve open. APU doors open in symbology. Good. Crank. I'm going to go ahead and hit the dome light here in a second if I can find it. There we go. Dome lights on. Alright, you can see APU spooling. That's good, good, good. Alright, just another second. APU will be up and running. Alright, here comes the APU. APU's up. We're going to check AC. AC is connected. DC. DC is connected. Go to hydraulics. 3A. 3A, 3000 PSI. That's checked. IRS is going to be coming on. There we go. Alright, let's go ahead and PAX. Recirculation fan is on. Alright, we'll go ahead and we'll get the FMS initialization going. You want, again, like I was talking about before, you want to do this quickly and first because it takes some time, so you don't want to be waiting for it. Next page, we'll grab GPS 1's location. There we go. Next page, check that again. Check page 3, make sure that's all good too. IRS positions are good. Flight plan. We're going to be going from LaGuardia. And we're going to be going to KMYR. So we don't have rain up by me, but there is there. No alternate. Look clear down at Myrtle Beach. So for alternate, we need to have an instrument approach 1 hour before, 1 hour after. We have to have 3 statute miles visibility and at least a ceiling of 2,000 feet, which we have, so that is good. Origin runway that will go in later. All right, let's go ahead and we'll execute that departure arrival here. We're going to be doing the Nothings 5 off of runway 13. That can be executed in there. All right, that's good. Let's go ahead and we'll quickly look at the Nothings real fast. All right, so we'll be taking off of runway 13 on a 134. Right turn to 179. We're going to want to be above 2,500 at Kiwi. We will be below 220 knots. And Nothings, we want to be above 3,000, 220. Canarsie, above 5 at 230. Assault, and then out to Colts Neck, and then we're off to the races. Check for turbojet only, so we're good. Radar is required. It means ATC has to have us. DME, IRU, or GPS, we have inertial unit, we have GPS, so that will function instead of DME. We're good there. Let's see. All that looks good. All right, take off runway 13, climb on 134 and intercept 170. This is just the textual description of what I just went over there. I'm just looking at it. All right, so we'll wait till about 400 feet. Make sure we're at 400 feet before we make our first turn. So that's all good. All right, let's go ahead and bring up, and so I'm not sure what we're going to be going in on yet on Myrtle Beach, so I'm not even going to bother putting it in. You'd put something in, but I'm not going to bother. Let's go to legs page. All right, there we go. There's assault. So right there, that's the end of the approach. Right here, we have a turn. I don't have a. Okay, here it is. Right here, the 224 vector. So 224 vector. Then we're gonna go to Briggs. So Briggs. Buy sell. Buy sell's not on there. That's fine. Again, my database is out of date for this plane, so I don't want to pay for it right now. So let's try Calda. All right, Calda's in there. Sawed. Sawed's in. Katie in there. Katie's not in there. Let's see. Are we actually going to CCV? I don't know if we are or not. Try Sussa. Again, like I said, some of these aren't in my database. Sussa's not in there, so we'll go to Cuddle. God damn it. Again, none of these are found. That's fucked up. All right, let's see. Zordo. Please be in there. I need a data. I need something, dude. I need something, man. Well, let's see if I put in KMYR. Fuck off. I love it how it does that. KMYR. Go in there. All right. Let's try putting it in there now and see if it will take it. It might not like that because there was no end point on it. So let's try that. See if that will do it. Might not be the database. It might be that. EEE. Not found. Okay. 3 E's? Yeah, KT, 3 E's. Alright. Sussa. They're probably just not in the database. It's probably not what I'm thinking it is. Yep. Alright, fucked up here. Cuddle Zordo. I don't know if I tried Zordo. I think I did. Zordo. Yeah, you prick. Alright, let's go. Try Rapzi. Oh, come on, man. Get rid of the delete. R-A-P-Z-Z. There we go. Alright. Finally found a point I can use, and then right into Fort Myers. That's fine. That will work. Alright, execute that. Alright, let's go ahead and we clear that out. That's fine. We're good there. Alright, let's go ahead to flight plans. Good there. Check the next page. Check the next page. Perfect. Let's go ahead and get ready for this. So we'll go to performance. I'll go full boat here. We're looking all right here. So we've got 98.62 on fuel. 70 packs. 1075 cargo. That's all in there. Cruising altitude is going to be flight level 340. All right, there we go. Check VNAV. VNAV should be all set up. There's the transition altitude. That looks good. Legs are all set. Let's go to MFD. Let's switch that over there. Let's get rid of the airports. I don't want to see them. All right, and we'll go back to the legs page. So we should be good there. Let's go ahead and check the trim 7.8. So let's go to flight controls. Flight controls, there it is. All right, and make that 7.8. All right, 7.8 on the pitch trim. All right, let's go ahead back to the status page. Let's go through the. All right, so FMS initialization, cabin walk around complete. Pre-flight checks complete. Pedal season harness adjust, crew oxygen mask check. Audio panel warning checked, electrical power, fire detection is fine. I'm not going to worry about it. External light panels checked, fuel panels, bleed air, APU, start panels are all checked. I'm just going to look at them real quick. Should be pretty good here. I'm just going to go ahead. We'll do, I can't see for shit here. Let's see. Windshields, probes. All right, windshield and probes are on. Let's see. Fuel panels checked. I'll actually do the fuel pumps now on the fuel panel. That's good there. Bleed air panel is checked and set. APU panel is set. Start panel is checked. Hydraulic panels checked. ELT is going to be arm reset. Emergency lights are on. Passenger signs can go on. No smoking can go on. Ice detection test, we're not going to bother. Windshield's low, emergency lights are armed. Standby compass check, stall test, we're not going to worry about. Nose wheel steering's off, clock set, EFIS controls complete. Is checked rather. Instrument panels checked. ICAS standby instruments checked. Anti-skid test, I'm not going to worry about. Overheat test, not worrying about. Upper panel, lower. Thrust lever quadrant is checked. Avionics checked. Trims are checked. Yaw damper is engaged. Source select panel is normal. Lower pedestal checked. Passenger signs on. Landing elevation is going to be for here to start with. And then I'm going to go ahead and we'll tune the ATIS, get the altimeters going.
LaGuardia Airport information, Kilo 1800 Zulu. Wind 08 tree at 11. Visibility, tree. Sky condition, few clouds at 3,300 feet, ceiling 4,800 feet overcast. Temperature, 18. Dew point, 10. Altimeter 29.9 tree. ILS runway 4 in use. Landing and departing runway 1 tree. All aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact. You have Kilo.
Alright, we've got Kilo.
Clearance delivery Endeavour 5029er IFR to Myrtle Beach, ready to copy.
Endeavour 5029er is cleared to Myrtle Beach Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 13 climb and maintain 11,000 feet. Departure frequency is 127.05 squawk 6277.
6277.
Endeavour 5029er cleared to Myrtle Beach Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 13 climb and maintain 11,000 feet. Departure on 127.05 squawk 6277.
Endeavour 5029er read that correct. Contact ground on 121.85. Good day.
There we go. Let's go ahead and get ready to get out of here. So let's go to the aircraft. Let's go ahead and shut the passenger door. Chocks are out.
Captain, the cabin is secure.
Brakes are
All
on.
passengers are aboard.
Doors page. All the doors are closed there. Back to status page. Alright, radios and navigate set for departure. Takeoff brief. We're going to be taking off runway 13. If we have emergency before 80 knots, we're just going to stop for we're going to stop on the runway. After 80 knots, we're only going to stop for engine fire failure. Up until V1. After V1, we're going to go ahead. We'll take off. We'll come back and we'll land. We'll plan to do left traffic and come back for runway 13. Takeoff briefing complete. APU and AC electrics are on. Checked. Papers are on board. Takeoff data is set. Doors are closed. Beacons coming on for the push. Let's go up. Let's go. Yep, that's up. All right, let's push.
Ground Endeavour 5029er requesting pushback.
Beacons on. Fuel pumps qualities are on. Quantities on checked. Hydraulics are auto and on. Let's go all of them auto. And then parking brake is going to be off, and we'll spool on the way out.
4414 heavy requesting pushback.
I'm going to go ahead and turn track IR back on.
4414 heavy pushback request accepted.
What's that say? All hydraulic messages there. I like having some foul weather here. That's nice. Alright, spinning one. I feel like I'm sitting too high in my chair here. I don't know. Maybe probably just zoomed in too much still. Alright, watch for 20% N2.
Ground Endeavour 5029er requesting the end of pushback.
Endeavour 5029er request to end pushback received.
Alright, watching for a hot or a hung start.
Requesting the end of pushback.
You can tell that if it stalls out, if temperature goes too high.
Ground Southwest 4414 heavy.
Alright, one's up, spin two.
Southwest 4414 heavy taxi to and hold short of runway 13 using taxiway Mike Alpha Echo, cross runway 4 Golf Papa. Contact tower on 118.7 when ready.
If there is smoke in the cabin during the evacuation of the aircraft, the walkway emergency lights will display to the exits, which are located
Alright, here comes 20%.
and here. In case of an extreme emergency landing, you will be instructed to get into the brace position, which is executed by placing your head between your knees with your hands over your head. We would also like to remind you that you should turn off
lights
all
going here.
electronic devices. We thank you for paying attention during this brief presentation.
Need to be a little bit zoomed in more than I am. Let's see where we're at here. Watching two. Two just came up. We're good on two. Alright, 139's in. Alright, let's go ahead and check the electrics page. Alright, engines are taking on the AC system. Engines are running the DC system. Let's go to flight controls. Alright, do a flight control check here. I am definitely sitting too high in my seat. There we go. Alright, and trims are set. Alright, rudders are good. Alright, good. That's good. Alright, let's go ahead and we'll shut off the APU. Close the door. Alright.
Ground Endeavour 5029er with Kilo ready to taxi IFR.
Endeavour 5029er taxi to and hold short of runway 13 via taxiway Mike Alpha Echo cross runway 4 Golf Papa. Contact tower on 118.7 when ready.
I don't want that
Endeavour
cheaty bullshit.
5029er, hold position. Caution other traffic.
Hold short runway 13 via taxiway Mike Alpha Echo, cross runway for Golf Papa, Endeavour 5029er.
Ground Delta 9er 88 Heavy, requesting
Especially
pushback.
here, they'd not be clearing me to cross this
Delta
far out.
9er 88 Heavy pushback.
They give me a
request
hold
accepted.
short. They want me to hold for this traffic 12. We'll just do it. Get rid of some light here. They're on my nav lights. We're holding for him, and likely he's never gonna move out of the way. There he goes. He just disappeared. All right.
Endeavour 5029er, continue taxi. Endeavour 5029er, hold position.
No,
Caution
we're not
other
playing this
traffic.
game all day, guy. You keep losing track of your own aircraft.
Hold position Endeavour
Be here all day.
5029er.
We're gonna actually use the wipers. Very rare to use the wipers. Does the captains really run both wipers? That's weird. It's different on the ERJ.
Endeavour 5029er, continue taxi.
Yeah, we're already doing it there, guy, because there's
Roger
nothing in
Endeavour
front of us.
5029er.
Need way too much thrust to get moving here.
Ground Delta 9er 88.
Quickly check this. I gotta check the controls. And I want to make sure we're on right here. I want to make sure we're on CRJ. Okay, apply and save. Yeah, that's gonna screw me up if I don't have that on CRJ. Alright.
Heavy, with Kilo ready to taxi IFR. Delta 9er
Okay, good.
88 Heavy taxi.
It switched
to and
over
hold
the
short of
CRJ
runway
profile.
13
I'm
using
gonna use my
taxiway
thrust
Mike
reversers
Alpha
now.
Echo cross runway 4 Golf Papa. Contact tower on 118.
Traffic 12 o'clock. They'd have him on the other line, likely. He'd be on Bravo if we're on Mike.
Taxiing hold short runway 13 using taxiway.
I'm just
Mike
gonna
Alpha
go
Echo
these,
cross runway 4 Golf Papa Delta 9er 88 Heavy.
Yeah, see, he'll disappear. You know, the thing is they have live traffic going on, so it will interferes with me because I'm not actually being, you know, I'm not seen by real ATC, so they have other ATC. All right, we'll run through the taxi checklist here in a second. Let's go ahead and manual crossfeed this. All right, crossfeed's on manual. Let's see, Gen 1 and 2 auto bleed valves are on and set. Anti-ice is going to be off. Probes are on. Electrics are checked. Rudder is checked. Nose wheel steering I did not turn on. Let's do that. All right, nose wheel steering's on. Flaps are 8 and indicating 8. Trim is 7.8 in green. Flight instrument check. FMS is auto-tune. Brake temperature is checked. So brake temp's right there.
Ground Endeavour 49er 7 Tree Heavy taxi to the gate.
Where's the
Endeavour 49er 7 Tree Heavy
radio on
taxi
this?
to gate
I
9
can't
or
see
8
it. There
using
is radio.
taxiway Golf
Trying
Bravo
to taxi
Zulu.
into the same time. All right, we're on auto on radio. We're good. All right. I gotta set my speeds, and I didn't do that.
Taxiing to gate
All right.
9 or 8
Everything's
via
bugged.
taxiway
We're good.
Golf Bravo Zulu. Endeavour 49er 7 Tree Heavy.
All right, flight controls are checked. Trims checked. Green thrust reversers are armed. Flight instruments checked. Brake temps checked. All right, we're down to before takeoff. I'll taxi a little faster here. We'll get over there. You don't taxi very fast, IRL. Not a good idea to be taxiing too fast, IRL.
Endeavor 49er 7 tree heavy hold position. Caution thee on the taxiway. Ground Jazz 8
I'm hoping in the next flight sim here that's coming out next month, they make it so they have a wider variety of aircraft and they don't make some of these tiny mistakes that are pretty like easy to verify. Like for example, everybody's an A320, and you know they call like Endeavor doesn't have any heavies. Brickyard doesn't have any heavies. You know, Envoy doesn't have any heavies. Yet they all call them out heavies. Like, really, there aren't that many heavies except like Legacy Mainline that have some heavies. You know, so.
Ground Brickyard 4646. Heavy request taxi.
See, Brickyard doesn't have any heavies, so it's like silly shit like that. It's like, how long has this game been out? And they can't just be like, oh, 4 years. You can't be like, oh, these airlines have no heavies. Put in no heavies. Oh, good. We got somebody to boot over on Twitch. Love that.
Taxiing to gate 45 using taxiway. Golf Bravo Juliet.
Ban your ass there.
4646 heavy.
Alright, we are clear to cross. That would never happen IRL. They would clear us now. So we'd stop here, and then they clear us to cross. But we'll do it now. He already cleared us to cross. Like, literally, there's traffic on the runway, taking off likely. So they wouldn't clear us to cross. Like, see the plane taking off? He already cleared us to cross, so they wouldn't do that. They would have a stop, and then they would clear us to cross when it's ready. So. Alright, so there's a flight attendant dinging. Coming up on the end of the runway now. Let's go ahead and tower. I'm going to put my radars on here for this. Brakes. Alright, let's go ahead and get the radar on now.
American 2335 heavy contact ground on 127.675. Delta 1134 heavy wind 083 at 11. Cleared to land runway 4.
I'm trying to find there.
127.675.
I got my transponder on.
2335 heavy. Goodbye.
Tower Endeavor 5029 are ready for IFR departure runway 13.
Endeavor 5029er altimeter 29er decimal 9er tree wind 083 at 11. Cleared for takeoff runway 13.
Alright, here we go. Clear for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff runway 13 Endeavor 5029.
Alright, Toga.
Cleared to land runway 4 Delta 1134 heavy.
Alright, just cleared a Delta onto to land on 4. So that's what they do at LaGuardia. They do crossing runways. So likely they want us to spool and screw here. So we're going to do that. Alright, Toga. Okay, he's getting off. Let me get rid of this silliness. Airspeed's live 80 knots. V1. Rotate. Positive rate. Gears coming up. We're going to go ahead and we're going to go heading. Autopilot. Speed 200.
Endeavor 5029er contact New York departure on 127.05. Good day.
Nav.
127.05 Endeavor 5029er. Goodbye. New York departure Endeavor 5029er is at 2,000 feet, climbing 11,000 feet.
Endeavor
Go to climb.
5029er New York. Departure altimeter 29er decimal 9er tree radar contact. Continue to Kiwi.
Kiwi. I'm bringing up.
Endeavor 5029er. Keep speed not above 220 knots.
Yep, that's the plan. It's on the chart.
Keep speed not above 220 knots, Endeavour 5029er.
Alright, now we're going to start putting the nose down for 220. Got those flaps up, so we can do it now. Can't see for shit. One more, okay. 220. Now, there we go, we just broke through. That's one nice thing about being a pilot is you see the sun every day. If unless the cloud base is really. Oh, jeez. I put my cup in front of the track arrow. I'm gonna shut track arrow. The windshield wiper should have been shut off as soon as we were pretty much rotated. I was busy though. All right. So Kiwi 220 as we come up to nothings 220.
Endeavour 5029er, contact New York Center on 121.125. Good day.
121.125 Endeavour 5029er. Goodbye.
LaGuardia Airport Information Uniform 1.
New York Center Endeavour 5029er is passing 8,400 feet, climbing 11,000 feet.
Endeavour 5029er, New York Center altimeter 29er decimal
Canarsie
9
already.
radar contact. Continue to CNRSE.
Alright, we're already going to Canarsie, so.
Endeavour 5029er, climb and maintain flight level 220. Keep speed not above 230 knots.
That's what I was already doing, spinning the speed up.
Climb and
230.
maintain flight level 220.
It's on the chart,
Keep
that's
speed
how I know
not
it.
above 230
Not
knots,
magic.
Endeavour 5029er.
Let's read the chart. Alright, 220.
Delta 10 tree heavy is passing flight level 345, climbing flight level 370. Delta 10 tree heavy, New York Center radar contact. Continue to Papa Victor Delta.
Delta's going up past Providence. Alright, so let me check the chart.
Endeavour 5029er, contact New York Center on 118.975.
18975.
Good day.
One 118.975 Endeavour 5029er. Goodbye. New York Center Endeavour 5029er is at 13,400 feet, climbing flight level 220.
Endeavour 5029er, New York Center altimeter 29er decimal 9er tree radar contact. Continue.
Alright, we can accelerate now, so I'm just going to bring the nose down a little bit to 250. We're already past Canarsie. We're going to be less than that on Canarsie. We're already coming up to, we're passing over Assault right now. Flight attendant.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now serving sandwiches.
Flight attendant serving sandwiches. Alright, climb checklist. Fuel crossflows, auto bleeds, and APU are set. Thrust reversers, I still have not disarmed the thrust reversers. That's set. Cast messages are checked. That is complete. Alright. Let's see what. I'll start switching over from Myrtle Beach.
5186, contact New York approach on
Not us.
120.05. Good day.
Pretty sure it's not us. There's traffic right there. Yep, it's not us.
120.05, Endeavour 5186. Goodbye.
So those are real AI. Those are real planes that are flying around there now. All right, touchdown zone elevation is 23 feet. We'll just leave it where it is. Oh, why are we not turning to the next course here? Oh, the vector. That's why. Okay. I'm going to go back on heading. It has this vector up. I meant to change it over. IRL, you could set it up with a vector. We'd go back on course. So. We'll get us back on course here. Then once we're back on course, I'll bring us direct brigs. I had to change it because like I said, my database is out of date on the flight sim. So, hello Rasmus, good to see you. It's been quiet. Not too many people around today, it appears. All right, looks like we're through 180. Go standard. We're only 0.01. We're only a hundredth off anyway, so it's not a big deal. Right, so here we go. I'm going to go ahead and go direct brigs. And now we can go back to nav, and it will take us to brigs.
2154 heavy contact New York Center on 121.125. Good day. Endeavor 5029er climb and maintain flight level 280.
It's us, 280.
Climb and maintain flight level 280, Endeavor 5029er.
Brickyard 579er
280.
heavy contact New York approach on
Brickyard doesn't have any heavies.
120.8. Good day. Going to 120.8 Brickyard 579er 6 heavy.
Alright, definitely kill that dome light. Wait till we level off for a seatbelt sign. This is the thing, like you take off in the in some overcast there, and then you gotta change all your lights. I have no idea what arrival we're gonna get in there. Make sure this is going where I'm supposed to be going here. It doesn't want to go direct brigs, huh? Why are you not going direct brigs? Let's try a direct brigs.
4 heavy, your tree 9er miles southwest.
Brigs.
Descend and maintain 4,000 feet. Keep speed not above 200 knots.
Yeah, I don't know why I don't want to go direct brigs.
Approach via Veras transition. Cleared to Veras. JetBlue 222, tree heavy contact Washington Center on 124.775. Good day. Allegiant Niner 717 heavy, you're 62 miles north.
Allegiant doesn't have any heavies. Hello, Alistair. How are you?
17,000 feet. Expect ILS Zulu runway 13 approach via
Good to see
Alpha
everybody.
Charlie Yankee transition. Clear to Alpha Charlie Yankee. New York Center Skywest tree 700.
I'm gonna drop the nose a little bit here.
500 feet, climbing 14,000 feet. Skywest tree 700 heavy, New York Center altimeter 29.90 radar.
That's gonna be brutal. We're gonna switch over to vertical speed mode. I'm just gonna go up.
Skywest tree 700 heavy, your tree 9er miles south.
Oh, let's say 1,000 feet per minute.
14,000 feet. Expect vectors.
Let us accelerate a little bit.
Approach.
Oh yeah, you're in Tarkov with the mortar strikes. Yep, just Air Wing Marine is good. He comes out and he tells you what everything from the update's gonna be. Yeah. I'd watch Air Wing Marine's video. He always goes through the patch notes and everything. Alright, very nice, very nice. Making progress here towards Myrtle Beach. Not sure what the weather at Myrtle Beach is yet. Let's go ahead and tune 2 to ATIS.
5029er contact New York Center on 128 decimal tree.
23. 28.3.
New York Center Spirit Wings tree 137 heavy, flight level tree 30.
Spirit doesn't have any heavies.
Spirit Wings tree 137 heavy, New York Center radar contact. Continue.
128 decimal tree, Endeavor 5029er. Goodbye.
Delta 289er 4.
New York Center, Endeavor 5029er is passing flight level 260, climbing flight level 280.
3925.
Endeavor 5029er New York Center radar contact. Continue to Briggs. Endeavor 5029er climb and maintain flight level 340.
340.
Climb and maintain flight level 340, Endeavor 5029er.
That's our final. That's going to be our cruising altitude. Alright,
Endeavour 50 tree 2 heavy contact New York
so see
Center
how
on
we're starting to come up on
118.75.
speed here? So I'm
Good
gonna
day.
now, I'm gonna start to increase this to about 2,000 feet per minute here, because I don't want to overspeed, and I'm gonna use that. So I let the nose
118.975,
come down and
Endeavour
got some
50
acceleration
tree 2
going there.
Goodbye.
Now I'm going to watch the trend vector. You can see it's barely moving with that change, so 2,000 is pretty good to keep us on that speed. If we start getting a little faster, I'll go higher vertical speed. If not,
Allegiant Niner 717 Heavy New York Center
probably go a little bit higher. Let's go up.
Continue to Alpha Charlie Yankee.
Let's go up 2.5. Get a little bit of a slowdown there. So it's actually interesting. I was talking Coffin Corner the other day. So
New York Center, Endeavour 5178 is passing flight level 2.
if you guys remember, we had a couple flights there where, despite me putting in the altitude, Flight Sim was like, screw you, we'll run the altitude I want. And you can get to the point where the altitude's too high for how heavy the plane is. And so the heavier the plane, the greater the angle of attack you need to hold the weight and not lose altitude. So if you go up to too high of an altitude, you don't have the performance. You don't have, the engines aren't performing as well because the air is thinner. Your wings are not doing as much lift because the air is thinner. And so you need a higher angle of attack to be able to hold that weight. And so you get into a situation where you're both going to overspeed the airplane and stall at the same time. And that's the Coffin Corner, because if you put the nose down, you overspeed. If you pick the nose up, you stall. And so that's why they call it the Coffin Corner. Not good. So what you want to do is make sure your altitude gives you plenty. So if you notice, there's my overspeed, and you notice I have no red tape on the bottom, so we have a nice wide window of speed I can operate at. Alright, so I'm going to knock this back down to like 2,000 foot per minute. We're almost there. We're only a couple, we're only like 2,900 feet away from our final cruising altitude. Have you gotten a scav junk box yet, Alistair? Sure you get a scav junk box. What's that? Okay, did I set half bank? I don't know why I said half bank. So half bank is the bank angle is only 50%, so we'll do shallower banks.
Endeavour 5029er, contact Washington Center on 124.775.
124.
Good day.
775. 24. Alright, 124.775.
Going to 124.775, Endeavour 5029er.
Alright, now this is not like, so this is how I would make the call IRL. Endeavour 5029 is 340 for 350. That's it.
Flight level 225, climbing flight level 310.
You wouldn't say New York Center, that's a waste of words. You do your call sign, 340 for 350. That's it.
Washington Center, Endeavour 5029er is passing flight level 335,
You know, the
climbing flight level
radio's too
340.
busy. What the fuck is it doing now?
Endeavour 5029er, Washington Center, radar contact, continue
I
to
don't-
ISIL.
I don't know what it's doing now. I gotta
Endeavour
put it,
5029er traffic is 8 o'clock 2 miles at flight level 380, Airbus A20N.
yeah, that's behind me. How the fuck can I see him? No, you wouldn't call that out to me.
Endeavour 5029er.
Alright, here, I
don't
gotta
have
put a
the
direct leg in this. This is not going over the way it should, so I'm just gonna do that. Again, like I said, the database is out of date, so I'm missing a ton of waypoints here, so. Do you see we're leveling off here? So, yeah, we'll just head straight in, and then I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna bring us back to cruise. Once we accelerate, I'm just gonna bring the thrust back to get us up to about, oh, well, let's see. We'll switch over to, we're in Mach mode already. We'll go ahead and I'll put it right about there, about 8.3. So when you get above flight level 290, you go into, so between 180 and 290, you can pick every 2,000 altitude. So let's say the way it works is east is least, west is best. So east is least if it's from 0 to 180. If it's on the east side, if you're headed that direction, any of those headings, you're going to be going an odd altitude, so by thousands of feet. So 2009, 31, 33. Once you get above 340, I believe. No. Oh, okay. It's 018. It's 01. Oh, Jesus Christ. 180 to 290. You do that. Then once you get above 290, they start doing 4,000 foots. Unless you're in RVSM, which is reduced vertical separation minimum, and then once you get into that, that actually goes back to 2,000. So most of the world is going to be RVSM at this point, so you just worry about that. All right, so you see we're coming up on that speed. Alistair, you can play Arena if you have it and transfer the money too. Alright, so I have no clue what approach I'm going to be doing into Myrtle Beach. They'll tell me. I got to quickly throw it in and brief. This is where it gets real busy with, you know, IRL. There'd be two of us. It would be pretty easy to be able to, you know, one person could set up the FMSs and the other person could just fly, you know, and that's where it gets a little bit hairy. Let's go flight plan. I'm going to copy the active flight plan there. All right. Go legs. All right, there we go. So that just made them the same. And then I'll go over here to MFD menu. We'll do that. I'm going to shut off the airports. And then we'll go back to legs. All right, so you see we're coming up on speed here. Likely at this altitude, we probably can overspeed. So eventually you'll get up to certain altitudes where your engines are just going to lose efficiency because of the thinner air, and you're not going to be able to overspeed. So, you know, that's something to consider as well. You know, so like, especially when you're down lower, you do have to worry about overspeed. Like, I've had it set to climb thrust the entire time, and you notice we're barely gaining speed. So the likelihood is we may or may not get up to there where we eventually creep on our speed. Likely not. You see we have no trend vector, so probably not going to be able to keep 0.83, which is fine. What are we currently at? We're probably at like 0.819, so just south of 0.82.
Washington Center, Endeavour 5200 is at flight level 275 climb.
I took the passengers sign off, let them walk around a little bit, use the facility.
5200 Washington Center, radar contact, continue.
Yeah, so we're pretty much, I think we're pretty much not going to accelerate anymore. You see we're at 0.818. All right, fuel quantity looks good. We've got also crossfeed's fine. We're within about 75 pounds of fuel. Well, we are within 75 pounds. 7,725. We're gonna have more than enough fuel here. Just leave it. We're good there. Zoom out a little bit on the range. Again, we had a lot of
5029er, contact Washington Center on 125.45. Good day.
25:45. Adieu.
125.45 Endeavour 5029er. Goodbye.
I'll shut the
Washington
radars
Center,
off too. We
Endeavour
don't need the radar on.
5029er, flight level 340.
Endeavour 5029er, Washington Center, radar contact. Continue to Beisel.
Beisel.
Washington Center, Brickyard, 4378 Heavy.
Yeah, I don't have
Flight
Beisel,
level
so I've got to
270.
go all the way to Calda.
Brickyard 4378 Heavy, Washington Center, radar contact. Continue to
Yeah,
Montreal.
Marina.
Cessna Charlie 8.
If I feel like playing, I'll invite you. I played a little this morning. I did a stream this
Endeavour
morning.
5029er, contact Washington Center
27.7.
on 127.7. Good day.
127.7 Endeavour 5029er. Goodbye. Washington Center, Endeavour 5029er, flight level 340.
Endeavour 5029er, Washington Center, radar contact, continue to Beisel.
Beisel. Beisel. Beisel. This is where your bag would usually go. Like, I don't even know. I didn't see a lot of people carrying kit bags anymore because, like, Most of the stuff is on a tablet now, where before we used to carry paper everything and it was miserable. Yeah, next time Monk and I play, I'll, you know, I'll send you a message.
5029er traffic is 7 o'clock 2 miles at flight level 380 Airbus A20.
How would I ever see that, man? It's behind me. Again, this is silly stuff that the game does. Like, I never see him behind me. That 7 is behind me. Like, how the hell am I seeing behind me? Like, that's 7 right there. How am I seeing that? They wouldn't call it out because there's no, there's no way in Christ I'd see it. So DC's probably coming up on the right. Let's take a look. Probably Baltimore, maybe. Yeah, there's Baltimore. Look at that. Yeah, Baltimore's right there, and then DC is further to the south. Oh my God, if this would just zoom properly, it's not that far. I'm just trying to like zoom out here. Here is DC. Where's DCA? Right here is DCA. So we're beam BWI, right? So this is the aircraft that he's bitching at us about. You see it right there? It's one or the other. Because we're on the airway, so likely it's going to be we're off track a little bit because of the this is our flight plan. This is us because I don't have the waypoints, so so they want us to go to Beisel, and I'm actually going to Calda, so I'm actually a little bit off because of that. But that's him coming up behind us, and he's like keeps telling us to look for him. He's like, he's behind us, can't see him. ORF is Norfolk, Virginia, I believe. Yep, Norfolk. I don't know what NTU is. Oceana, naval. That's a naval air station. I don't know many of these because they're small airports. I've gone on vacation in Myrtle Beach when I was a kid, but I have not flown in there ever since. So that's where we're going, Myrtle Beach. It was ATIS again. 23925. I think I was doing that and I got distracted. Okay, what did I just click on here? I just clicked him on PA. That's fine. That's the that would be the FO what they're transmitting on. So like if you wanted to call ATC on 1, you'd be on 1. You want to call them on 2, put them on 2. You want to do the PA to the public address to the passengers, that would be PA. 925 right there. So that's on 2. We won't hear that till I get close and I select it anyway. So I expect him to be coming up next to us here at some point. I think he's going a little faster than us. Yeah, no, he's about the same speed. I don't know what kind of airplane it is. I forget. Somewhere over there, behind us. What's this? 50 hours of IFR flight time. So the real plane has already landed. Myrtle Beach. Yeah, you can see LaGuardia had some weather. Bring it up. You can see it. Oh, come on, drag. I don't know why my PC's being a friggin' weirdo today. See right here, this is that weather we had coming out of LaGuardia. And then here's the hurricane that was over Florida. It's already spooled out. Helene. That was hitting Florida, I believe, Thursday morning, Wednesday, Thursday.
Endeavour Flight 029er traffic is 2 o'clock 4 miles at flight level 390 Airbus A20N. Report them in sight.
He's up too high, can't see him.
Endeavour Flight
He'll be up here
029er
somewhere.
don't have Airbus A20N in sight.
Endeavour Flight 029er traffic alert. 6 o'clock less than 1 mile flight level 380 Airbus A20N.
Can't do anything about it.
Report them in sight.
They're behind me. How the hell am I seeing behind me?
Endeavour Flight 029er
Real life
don't have
ATC would be
traffic.
smart enough to not even tell you that. Plus, it's 380. That's 4,000 feet above me. That aircraft is 4,000 feet above me. There's no traffic alert with that. It's 4,000 feet of separation. No need to traffic alert me for that. Have been doing any Stormworks? I pretty much haven't played any games in the last about week. I just started playing a little bit of Tarkov yesterday, and then I went.
5029er traffic is 1 o'clock 4 miles at flight level 350 Airbus A20N.
Okay, he's descending. That's why he's calling it. He's calling me. He was at 380. He's descended. There he is, right there. See him?
Endeavour 5029er have the Airbus in sight.
I had Stormworks up yesterday working on. I was helping some people. There was a guy who had his clutch backwards, so I checked out his build. I checked out a couple builds, see why people are having problems. But and I got 3 weeks on your challenge, so I don't want to start too early on that. Looking at your challenge, and that looks like a good challenge. Just 3 weeks. I don't want to start too early. Take me like a day or so to get the build kind of mostly fast.
5029er contact Washington Center on 132.55.
3255.
One tree 2.55 Endeavour 5029er. Goodbye. Washington Center, Endeavour 5029er, flight level 340.
Endeavour 5029er, Washington Center, radar contact, continue to ZJAY.
ZJAY. I'm gonna see how far off that is from this one that we're going to anyway. Alright, yeah, so we're going to Calda because I don't have ZJ in the database. So you see, we're just crossing.
Endeavour 5029er traffic is 6 o'clock 1 miles at flight level 380 Airbus A20N.
Can't see somebody behind me.
Report them in sight.
Stop calling it out. You're just being a pain in the ass, ATC.
Endeavour 5029er, don't have the traffic.
And he's also, again, 4,000
Endeavour 5029er traffic is 12 o'clock 4 miles at flight level 350 Airbus A20N. Report them in sight.
So fucking annoying. That's 12 o'clock, 4 miles. 12 o'clock right there.
Endeavour 5029er traffic in sight.
Just press random shit, see what it does. There we go, let's see. Here's the anti-icing system.
Washington Center, generic November 468 Charlie is passing 8,000 feet, descending 6,000 feet. Generic November 468 Charlie, Washington Center, altimeter 29er, decimal 84, radar contact, continue.
Alright, there's no arrival into Myrtle Beach that I've seen so far, so we're not on one, so yeah, there's no arrivals in, no SIDS or stars into Myrtle Beach. So options are ILS 1836, and that's it. It's got one runway. We could also do the RNAVs. We'll see what they give us. We're not doing the VOR Alpha in a circle. Not happening.
Endeavour 5029er traffic is 11
Right
o'clock
here.
4 miles at flight level 370 Airbus A20N. Report them in sight.
Endeavour 5029er.
The reason why they're going right
traffic
over
in
us
sight.
is we're in an airway, so they stack us
Endeavour
vertically in the airway.
5029er traffic alert. 6 o'clock less than 1 mile flight level 370 Airbus A20N.
Of course I can't see him. He's
Report
behind
them
me.
in sight.
Why would I be able to see him? Why would you call it out to
traffic
me?
not
Just
in
for
sight.
it.
Endeavour 5029er traffic alert.
Fuck off.
6 o'clock less than 1 mile flight level
Christ,
380
he's
Airbus
annoying.
A20N. Report
Ugh.
them in sight.
Yeah, dude, I don't see him. Piss
Endeavour
off.
5029er, don't have Airbus.
If I probably
A20N
said
in
inside, he would leave me alone, but it's like, it's the gall of it that the game doesn't know not to call out traffic that's behind me. He's also like, he's got the altitude clearance on me, so it doesn't matter. Like calling out traffic, like a closing traffic's reasonable because one, we can see each other. Pretty weird calling out traffic behind me all the time. I got a TARA if I needed it. If you look here on the transponder.
Endeavour 5029er traffic is 10 o'clock 4 miles at flight level 370 Airbus A20N.
Where is he? Where is he now?
Them in sight.
I'm looking, I don't see shit. There he is right there. Yeah, I saw him.
Endeavour 5029er traffic in sight.
Being an annoying game. Ugh. Yeah. Being annoying. Backup comm nav right there. I had all the lights up because of the dark and LaGuardia had taken off, so I can start putting the lights back down. I don't have to. Like, you can leave the lights on during the day, it's fine, but... You know, if I was going into, if it was gonna be dark going in there, I'd leave them up. No point.
Endeavour 5029er traffic is 2 o'clock 4 miles at flight level 350 Airbus A20N. Report them in sight.
I just shut down that too. I shut the display light down too much on this. There we go. Yeah, let's see him.
Endeavour 5029er don't have Airbus
1,000
A20N
above us. He
in
could
sight.
have gone right over the eyebrow. Hello, NTF. Hello, hello. Guten Tag. Alright, so this is the guy that's been behind us the whole time. You can see him. Finally passed us a little bit. So, finally caught up to us. Give me right click. Thank you. Because there's no arrival in here, I don't know what the descent's going to look like here. It's not a big deal. It's just... Don't know. I don't know what runway we're going to get. I don't know what the weather is in there yet. I'm going to go ahead and... yeah, we're not going to get it right now. We're still going to RAPZ is 237 miles. So it's going to take us at least 33 minutes to get to RAPZ anyway. So there's no rush here. Like here, let's bring up the map. You can see. I wish they had a proper IFR map on here, but they don't. Here's where's RAPZ? RAPZ's right here. So RAPZ is real close to Myrtle Beach. So likely, you know, that's probably reasonably good approximation of when we should be down in altitude on that. And then we got runway 36 and runway 18. So let's actually bring Myrtle Beach again. Something to talk about here. Let's go down Myrtle Beach here. So we got north-south runway here. 9,500 feet, plenty of asphalt. So right here is the weather. So this is the way you'd read it. This is a METAR. So this is Fort Myers. This is the 28th day of the month, which again today is September 28th. So that's the 28th day of the month at 1856 Zulu. So for right now, we subtract 4 hours off of that. So that's gonna be 1456. Zulu is when this came out. They're good for an hour. Wind is 170 at 10 knots, 10 statute miles. Visibility broken at 4,000 feet, overcast at 4,700 feet. Temperature 27. Altimeter is 24. Wow, it's warm down there. Altimeter is 2985. Remarks. Sea level pressure is 1109 inches of mercury. I believe it's inches of mercury. Yep. So that's all the pertinent information that we need to know here. Let's see, what's the wind? 170, so likely we're going to be landing runway 18. So what I'll go ahead and do here is we'll do departure arrival, ILS 18. We can either go Cree or vectors. Let's go ahead and put in Cree to have the full approach in there, and then if he vectors us, we'll already have all the legs in there. I'll go ahead and execute that. Go back to flight plan. Legs, rather.
Washington Center Cessna November
Rapsy.
4917 Juliet is at 7,200 feet, descending.
All right, and then Cree. So I want to select Cree, and I'm going to go to Rapsy to Cree, execute it.
All right. Continue to HYTRA.
So now that's in there. So likely that's what we're going to get with that weather that we have in there. So I don't know if I can zoom out far enough to see it in any detail, but there it is right there. So we're going to go RAP-Z to Cree, and then into runway 18. So, you know, RAP-Z is probably far enough away that Cree is going to be good, so we should be fine there. Let me see if I can go. MFD menu, VNAV, let's see, window off, VNAV, comp. I think one of the modes you can walk through it if I remember. Okay, I got to do it that way. All right, let's go to window on, go back to legs. You know, I've never flown this plane IRL. I did a little bit of sim work in this plane. You can see I think I can step through, but I can't remember how. All right, so this is my traffic scope here. You can see that's traffic at 380. Where's our friend? We just saw him. Yeah, that's the one he's been bitching at us about for the last 20 minutes. That was coming up behind us. You can see he's a little bit, he's probably right behind the pillar. He's probably right here at 380. So if we want a traffic scope, we could have that. Radar. I've got the radar off. Let's see if we can paint something. Likely this stuff's not going to have enough moisture in it to really read, but what I can do is tilt it down. So let's drop the tilt. And so we should have tilt angle in here. Let's see. Tilt, I have negative 13 degrees. So at 80 miles an hour, at 80 miles. So we're not hitting anything. I'll tilt it down some more. All right, yeah, we're maxed out at 13 degrees down, so I'm not getting any returns. I gotta try to see if I can remember how to step through this. How do I step through this? That's the thing. Air off, let's see. Don't know how to step through this. I can zoom it, but I don't know how to step through the legs. So, okay, so this we can kind of see here. So you notice we get RAP-Z, then Cree. Cree will then take us up to this waypoint here, which is UX depth. And then we go down to Bevet. And so if we got vectors, we would need ATC to then vector us on course here. That'll take us in. So I'll brief that approach here in a second. Now we're back on our regular screen here. Got a 77 knot headwind, so we got quite a headwind going on here. So our ground speed is 428 knots because of the headwind. All right, let's go ahead. I'm going to bring up the ILS.
Endeavor 5029er, contact Washington Center on 123.85.
2385.
Good day.
Come on, second.
123.85 Endeavor 5029er. Goodbye. Washington Center, Endeavor 5029er, flight level 340.
Endeavor 5029er, Washington Center, radar contact continue.
There he is right there. See him?
Piedmont 579er 8 Heavy. You
Let's
are
jackass.
3 miles southwest. Climb and maintain 11,000 feet.
See, we just got a traffic alert.
Runway 25, approach via Oscar Romeo Foxtrot.
Yeah, that was
transition.
close. The traffic
Clear to
on that
Oscar
one.
Romeo Foxtrot.
What's my heading?
JetBlue 126.
I'm on a westerly
contact
heading.
Washington Center on 132.55.
Yeah, I'm on a westerly heading.
Good day.
So I don't know what altitude he was at, but
Climb and maintain 11,000 feet. Expect
I'm on-
ILS runway 25.
I'm on the
approach
westerly
via
heading,
Oscar
so
Romeo
I'm at an
Foxtrot
even altitude.
transition.
I don't know
Clear
what
to
his deal
Oscar
is.
Romeo Foxtrot, Piedmont
It doesn't look like he's
579er
1,000 below me. Or it should be 2. There's traffic right there.
132.55. JetBlue 126 Heavy. Goodbye.
How far inland is this? That looks weird to me that it's that far inland. I guess maybe it is. Maybe there's a bump out that I don't remember. Yeah, it's this little bump out here. So this bump out, because it's Myrtle Beach is on the beach, so it's a big bump out here.
Washington Center, Southwest 574 Heavy.
I'm a little bit. Southwest doesn't have any heavies.
Climbing flight level 400. Southwest 574 Heavy, Washington Center, radar contact, continue.
Sit up in my seat just a hair there. Right, good. Alright, I was briefing the 1.8 and then I got distracted. Alright, let's do a quick brief of the ILS 1.8. That's what I think we're going to get. Makes sense with the wind the way it is. ILS localizer runway 1.8. So when it says ILS or localizer, this means that if, let's say, the glide slope failed, I could still run the localizer, and then I would change how far down I go. So I go down to 223 on the ILS, go down to more class Charlie here. I would go to 400 feet. I go down to 400 feet if it was the localizer. All right, so let's brief. 109.5, final approach course 177. Runway, we have 9,503 feet. Touchdown zone elevation is 23 feet.
Endeavour 5029er traffic is 9 o'clock 4 miles at flight level tree 90 Airbus A20N. Report them in sight.
Right.
Endeavour 5029er, have the traffic.
Piedmont 579er 8 heavy contact, Norfolk
Right, so
approach
this
for
is
1.7. Good day.
All right. Pilot control lighting. We also have alternate. We have alternate. Oh my God! Alternate minimums. Or
125 decimal.
the alternates are
7
different for this
Piedmont
airport. Let's put it that way.
579er 8 heavy.
All right, you can see here. So RVR is 4,000 feet. We're gonna do a regular ILSN. We're not gonna have any issues. RVR is 5,500 there. RVR 1,800 authorized with use of flight director or autopilot or HUD to DA. So we go down to RVR of 1,800. We don't have to worry about that. We have pilot control lighting. We have Malisar, which is medium intensities. This is what the lights are going to look like. Missed approach is climb to 1,700, then climbing left turn 3,000 direct Cree, Vortac, and hold. So come down, climbing left turn 3,000 direct to Cree and hold. All right, so if we're coming around here direct to Cree, because we're going opposite direction, we're going to go ahead and we're going to make it a parallel entry. We could also make it a teardrop, but we'll just do a parallel in. Let's see, what else we got here? We got a MSA of 2,100 feet, so as long as we're above 2,100, we're clear of all obstacles, non-mountainous terrain, so give us 1,000 feet above all obstacles there. We expect to come in here to Cree, and then we're going to go across, and we're going to go to Petty, and then down to Bevet, Jockix. All right, let's go ahead and we expect to be between, well, we need to be between 4,500 and 2,000 feet when we come into Petty. Upon reaching Petty, we can go down to 1,600 where we expect to intercept Bevet and the glide slope. Once we've intercepted the glide slope, we'll take the glide slope down. Expect our decision height to be 233 feet. If we don't see the runway 1 nautical mile from the end of the runway, we're going to go ahead and we're going to go mist. We'll just do the instead of doing the published mist, we'll just come back for another one if we have to go mist. About it. We have plenty of visibility here. 200. We have 200-foot ceilings, and we just need half statute mile visibility, so we're plenty good there. All right, taxi diagram. We're landing on runway 18. We expect to probably, here's the terminal. Let's expect to get off on Alpha 3. That's about, say, 5,000 feet of runway there. So about 5,000 feet of runway here. We'll get off on Alpha 3, turn left, and then we'll head over to terminal. I will check real quick. Let's see where they actually went. They went to gate B2, Bravo 2. So if we look, Bravo terminal. So expect Bravo 2. That's about it on that. All right, so we're all briefed up. So if we get the other different runway, we'll go ahead and we'll deal with that. It will be the opposite end. Hello, Owl. How do? How do? Good to see you. Hi, no. No Frechen Sie Deutsch. 9 Frechen Sie Deutsch. You can probably tell. Saw some cool Lufthansa planes this week. I think probably A330s maybe. Lufthansa always had really cool planes. They used to have the Beast, the A340 600s. Delicious. That was my favorite airliner for a long time. Still probably my favorite airliner. Alright, let's see. We are currently 143 miles from Rapsey. And let's see. Probably expect to be somewhere in the neighborhood of 2,000 feet around Cree. So we need to lose 32,000 feet by Cree. Cree is currently about 30 minutes out from Cree. So we would want probably about 15 minutes. Big sneeze. About 15. About 15 minutes out from Cree. We're going to probably expect our descent, I would say. If it takes any longer than that, we're going to have to start doing a little bit of a faster descent rate. But we'll see.
Endeavour 5029er traffic is 9 o'clock 4 miles at flight level 350 Airbus A20N. Report them in sight.
Endeavour 5029er have the Airbus A20N in sight.
Endeavour 5029er contact Washington Center on 135.5. Good day.
355. 355. There we go.
135.5 Endeavour 5029er. Goodbye. Washington Center, Endeavour
Owl is drinking some beer and watching the world burn fast. He is. That's good.
5029er Washington Center radar contact. Continue to KTE.
KTE. Going KTE. Yeah, at some point I should just buy. So the other thing too is I could update the database on this plane. One thing that pisses me off is I just bought this plane, right? The database in here is from 2020. Why didn't they pre-update the database before they gave it to me? Because I think the FMSs are made by another company is probably what it is. But that kind of pisses me off. It's like, why didn't you just, like, give me a fresh database currently so at least I don't have to, like, spend another $10 right off the bat? It's kind of silly. Whatever. I should just spend the $10, but just kind of haven't done it yet. I gotta go sneeze or blow my nose or something. Keep getting sneezes.
Washington Center, Southwest 574 Heavy, flight level 400. Southwest 574 Heavy, Washington Center, radar contact, continue.
I am returned. You can see here it will do TOD, which is top of descent. That will tell us when it would like us to descend. You know, I just kind of did quickly in my head. So,
Endeavour 5029er traffic is 1 o'clock 4 miles at flight level 320 Airbus A20N.
right down here somewhere.
Report them in sight.
Not gonna probably see him.
Southwest 2085 heavy traffic is 7 o'clock 4 miles at flight level 355. Report them in sight.
So as far as 5x5, here I found the good part of it here. So 5 is fairly good signal.
Southwest 2085 heavy have the insight.
4 is readable with practically no difficulty. 3 is readable with considerable difficulty. 2 is barely readable, occasional word distinguishable, and 1 is unreadable. So, like if you said 5x5, that's saying it's the best. If it's 4x5, it's okay, but it's not great. It's traffic low. You know, and then you get down to 1x5. That's not good. There's traffic right here. Know where he's going into. Alright, we're 22 minutes out. I doubt we're going to pick this up yet, but we'll go ahead and try to grab the ATIS. Just pretty much put it on a scale, so it's like if you said, you know, you ask, how's my penmanship, you'd say 9 out of 10, you know, it's good.
Descend and maintain 5,000 feet. Expect vectors visual runway 21 approach.
I'm going to back this up 109.5.
Descend and maintain 5,000 feet. Expect vectors visual runway 21 approach generic 65 Sierra.
Alright, that's backed up. I got 109.5 in the actual physical nav. It will auto tune it. So if you go to radio page here, see it's set. See it's in manual now because I put it in there. So if I put it back in auto, whatever the FMS sets it to, it will then send it in. So because I set it manually, it kicked it over. See how it's back in auto? You can see the blue message there. So I just have it in there as a backup. I probably should put it back up in here, but I'm probably expecting a descent here reasonably soon. We're not far out. We're only 20 minutes out. That'll lose a lot of altitude. Yeah, sometimes you'll have ATC. It's usually ATC asking the pilots, you know, how to read me, and like if that's how I hear it, it's 5x5. If it was like hurry, I might say it's 4 out of 5. You know, because like sometimes, especially if you move your mic plug a little bit, you'll get clearer reception. So you might twist the mic plug and then say, "How about now?" And then you go 5x5, and then they know that their mic is set. You know, good. Because I don't see the plugins. There should be mic plugins. I don't see where they are. They're probably where the hell are the mic plugins? I don't see them. They could be behind here. Not sure. Tablets kind of block it. I don't see it over there. Can I pull any circuit breakers? Probably not, no. That's the fuel order panel over here as I order fuel. Coming up on top of descent here, we should expect this. So, again, knowing the game and how it likes to descend me late, I'm likely going to, we'll hustle down, probably with a little bit of spoiler. I'm just going to test the spoiler out here real quick. Okay, good. I can control it with that. Gets a little eerie when it gets quiet because, you know, especially if you're in a busy part of the country, it's constant. Like northeast, the radio's constantly going. You start going out toward...
Endeavour 5029er descend and maintain flight level 280.
There There goes. There's my descent.
Descend and maintain flight level 280, Endeavour 5029er.
And we gotta pull thrust. Basic pilotage stuff, pull the thrust. Alright, 280. How does the neck of the pilot looks? Oh, yes. Now, it'll be moving your ass in your seat. You'd have to shuffle your ass. This has sheepskin on it. Sheepskin is so comfortable. Putting sheepskin on there. Oh, it's glorious. A lot of them don't go to that expense. Like, you have like a 777 that goes like, you know, 10-hour flights. You're gonna have sheepskin on them. Because it's just like, your ass will be so flat. You get a good sheepskin. You can sit on that. Like, I jump seated in a 777. I was going from San Francisco to JFK on the red eye, and the plane was full, and so they had me sit in the cockpit, and you know, the seat is behind the FO, and so like literally as soon as we took off, you know, like usually if you're riding jump seat, you try to stay awake. I fell right asleep, and they laughed at me when we got in there, like, oh, you fell asleep as soon as we rotated. Yeah. As soon as I heard the rumble of the engines, I was out. I thought it was funny that I fell right asleep. You know, when you sit in the jump seat, you're supposed to be helping out. So this is actually the comms panel for the jump seat. Jump seat would go across the door here. Let's see if I can do it without. So jump seat, I think on this is... where the hell's the tip on the jump seat? I think it's... Where the hell's... it's probably in here. And it comes out and latches in. We got 1,000 feet to go. And then you have... This is the comms panel for the jump seat. So I don't know if I've ever sat on the jump seat in the CRJ. Our seat folded right out, and then it clipped across. And this is a footrest for the jump seat, so they don't put their feet on the buttons. So you have an actual footrest. That's what these are. These are footrests. And the whole reason they do that is you would wreck the panel, or you'd start putting your feet on buttons. So it's kind of a like, hey, put your feet here instead of putting your feet there type situation. He's going to probably give us a descent again here. That's why I'm not trying to speed up too much. Expect the descent here again soon. I don't want to speed us up and eat up too much space here. I'll give it a little bit of beans here. We'll go back up to climb thrust. So you see it says climb. When you switch the detents, it will go to there. That puts a limiter on the thrust, where the thrust can go. And this is the window heater up here. There's window heater, and then here's my window heat right here.
Endeavour 5029er, please expedite your descent 16,000 feet.
You never gave it to me, you jackass. Literally, where is it? Look, descend and maintain 280. There's no 16,000, you jackass. Oh my god, they're brutal, man. This game. That's so fucking stupid. You would definitely want to pull your thrust before you push the nose down. Not good to just push your nose down that. You'd pull the thrust first, like this. You'd launch the passengers. Everybody would go a little weightless. Not a huge deal, but you'd launch everybody. Not good to do. Not comfortable. So you pull thrust, then dump the nose. I still don't know what approach we're getting. I'm thinking we're going to get 1.8. It makes sense. Like, if I go back here and we check Fort Myers again, like, the wind could have switched, could have shifted. But probably pretty much the same, I'd say. Let's look. So, like I was telling you before, see the times?
Endeavour 5029er, contact Washington Center on 118.475.
8475. Okay.
Going to
118.475.
118.475, Endeavour 5029er. Washington Center, Endeavour 5029er is at flight level 245, descending 16,000 feet.
Endeavour 5029er, Washington Center, radar contact. Continue to RIPZZ.
So, it has not switched to the new weather yet. So, you know, you could get a 180-degree weather swap, or wind swap rather, but it's unlikely. I'm thinking we're going to get ILS 18. We could get the RNAV 18. Not a big deal. I'll yank the chart. We'll run the RNAV 18. I'll actually bring it up in case. RNAV is area navigation. It's pretty much GPS. Like if you look on the chart, you bring up RNAV. RNAV, GPS, runway 18. So just GPS based. You see, we would go initial approach pick because we're on the east side would be Zevim. Then we go to Petty, Bevet, Josh 6. So it's the same waypoints. It's just different altitudes. LPV is lateral and vertical. So that will also give us essentially, it will give us a glide slope, and we can go down to 223. LNAV, VNAV is a non-precision approach. We'll go down to 465. I think regular is still considered non-precision, but you have the lower minimums. So big things to watch for: speed. That's important. We should be getting the ATIS soon. The ATIS is tuned 123.925. This is in, and the volume's up enough. So as soon as we get close enough to the airport, we should start getting the ATIS. Will come up. But that's pretty silly. Like if you look here, he goes descend to maintain 280. Me descend to maintain 280. Please expedite to 16,000. You never told me to go to 16,000, you jackass. That's the game being the game. All right. He would give us the altimeter now because he knows we're going below 180. So because he's not giving it to me, I'm going to put it in. So 2985. It's 1,000 feet to go. And we're only 6,000 feet before we have to slow down below 250. All right, we're starting to level out, so I don't want to bring the thrust up too much here because I don't want to get us up to like 300 knots and then I got to just yank on it to get us slowed down because we're going to be descending. So I don't need to hammer too hard here, and we're getting close. We're 7 minutes away from the, well, we're going to be running the approach. It'll be just slow us down a little bit, but. So I pretty much, I've looked at the RNAV 18 if that's what he gives us, but the biggest thing that's a time constraint is I'm going to have to put it in. So I'll just go heading mode. That's why I always keep the heading bug in front of me. I can quickly click over to heading.
Endeavour 5029er, contact Washington Center on 120.85. Good day.
120.85, Endeavour 5029er.
Should have gone the other way.
Washington Center, Endeavour 5029er, 16,000 feet.
Endeavour 5029er, Washington Center, altimeter 29er.85, radar contact. Continue to RIPZZ.
Descent, descent, descent. Give me a descent. Again, for this, I want to be crossing.
Endeavour 5029er, descend and maintain 10,000 feet.
10,000. So
Descend
thrust.
and maintain 10,000 feet, Endeavour 5029er.
Wind 183 at 8. Visibility 10. Sky condition, ceiling 4,800 feet overcast. Temperature 27. Dew point 10. Altimeter 29er.86. ILS runway 18 in use. Landing and departing runway Washington Center Delta 9er 62 Heavy is passing 13,400 feet, climbing flight level 270.
Landing departing runway 18.
Delta 9er 62 Heavy, Washington Center, altimeter 29er.85 radar contact continue.
Alright, so he's shut off. The ATIS is shut off, so that's good. We're getting 18. That's what I expected. You know, IRL, you can go through the ACARs. Was it aircraft crew reporting system?
45 miles northeast. Descend and maintain 6,000 feet. Expect ILS runway 18 approach via Charlie Romeo.
Alright, see this? That's Southwest who's ahead of us. That was the plane that I saw ahead of us there, that was below us. And he's getting ILS runway 18 with the Cree transition. That's what I've already put in, so that's what I assumed we were getting.
Descend and maintain 2,000 feet. Expect ILS
So,
runway
if
18
he's getting that,
approach.
that's
Charlie
likely
Romeo
what I'm going to get.
transition clear to Charlie Romeo Echo Southwest 2085 Heavy.
Turn the radar on. Not that we're going to probably get any returns, but I got to look at the tilt too here. I don't think that's Southwest there. No, he wouldn't be there. All right, we're tilted down too much, so I got to fix the tilt a little bit. What I can do is I can press the middle button and it will zero out the tilt, so.
Southwest 2085 Heavy, contact Jacksonville Center on 128.7.
Coming up at 1,000 for 10,000. So we have to be below 250 knots when we get below 10,000. So here's 1,000 to go. I'm going to let it slow down. I'm going to maintain 250 because as soon as it gives me the descent, I can descend. If I keep going fast, I have to slow down and then descend.
Endeavor 5029er, contact Jacksonville Center on 128.7.
87.
Good day.
Going to 128.7 Endeavor 5029er. Jacksonville Center, Endeavor 5029er is at 10,200
Alright, so I'm
feet,
capturing altitude.
descending 10,000 feet.
Endeavor 5029er, Jacksonville Center, altimeter 29er.86 radar contact continue.
Continue.
Endeavor 5029er, you are 42 miles northeast. Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect ILS runway 18 approach via Charlie Romeo Echo transition. Clear to Charlie Romeo Echo.
Fuck. He tells me maintain present heading, then he does that.
Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect ILS runway 18 approach via Charlie Romeo Echo transition.
Little
Clear to
dozy.
Charlie Romeo Echo Endeavor 5029er.
Alright, remember, when we're at low altitude, the air is pretty thick, so we need a lot more thrust just to gain a little bit of speed. Now, I can keep going.
Endeavor 5029er, descend and maintain 2,000 feet.
That's what I was just going to say. I was going to say I can go over 250, but the reason I'm not is because I'm expecting a descent, and that's where we just get the descent. Alright, there's 2,000. Idle. Vertical speed. And then I'm going to actually set speed. So let's descend down in speed mode here. Not that you really want to do this, but this will prevent me from overspeeding here doing this. We'll actually descend at whatever rate we can maintain with thrust at idle. So it's going to keep us descending with a speed of that. So we would definitely want to verify 2,000. Alright, going in IMC here.
119er.2 Southwest 2085 Heavy. Goodbye.
Alright, so you see we're descending at 2,200 feet. If I wanted to descend faster, I would have to pull some spoilers. So for example, I could crack the spoiler. And now it's going to automatically dip the nose, and you'll notice that the rate comes up.
5029er, contact Myrtle Beach approach on 127.4. Good day.
Going to 127.4 Endeavor 5029er. Myrtle Beach approach Endeavor 5029er is passing 6,700 feet, descending 2,000 feet.
Endeavour 5029er, Myrtle Beach approach altimeter 29er.85 radar contact. Continue to Charlie Romeo Echo.
Yep, still going to Cree. And we're breaking through. Alright, so watch. If I increase the spoiler, now we're up to 3,000 feet per minute. Because, again, the plane's going to drop the nose to try to maintain that level. Now, as we start to get closer, I'm just going to push that spoiler back up. And now you notice it's going to start to automatically decrease the deck angle. And now we're only doing like 2,300, 2,400 feet per minute. Because I put the spoiler away. Now, because we're getting down into the real thick air, I'm going to go ahead and turn on track IR. Because we're getting in the thick air, you notice we're still losing speed, even though I don't have that spoiler up. Are broken through. So that's the run. That looks like the airport right there, maybe. Sidestep and then in there. Got a sidestep. It doesn't. No, I don't think that's it. Yeah, that doesn't make sense to me. You got traffic right there. That doesn't make sense to me. Let me look real quick. No, that's not it. Got to have a runway going this way. That's a different airport. So yeah, because we got a sidestep over here and then head in for a southerly heading. We got 1,000 feet to go. All right, so I'm looking at the chart, see if there's any speed restrictions. I don't see any. As we level off here, just bring the thrust back up. I'm going to go ahead and set my landing speeds. Set all my VREF speeds. I should have put the seatbelt sign on already. Alright, let's go. Descent checklist, landing elevation set, fuel is checked, TCAS set, radar is going to be... Let's go ahead and shut the radar off. We don't need it on. CAS is checked, should be seatbelts, and everything else is good. Landing data is set. Approach briefing is complete. We already did it for runway 18. There we go. So I'm just buzzing around at about 220 knots here. I don't need to be going super fast. Kiss it just a little bit, get a little speed on me here. We got traffic there. See, that is likely the Southwest, maybe. He was pretty close to us before, so likely that is the final approach course right there. And I'm crossing Cree right now. I'm going to make this right turn. So we're going to be heading towards Petty, P-E-D-E-E. Papa Echo, Delta Echo, Echo. Yeah, I don't know what this airport is here. I'm going to actually just quickly look at it for funsies. What airport's that? That is, there's an airport there. I don't know what the name of it is. That is Grand Strand. Okay, so the reason why we're heading right to it is the VOR. Cree is a VOR. The VOR is on the field, so that's why we're heading right to this other airport. That's Strand. So it's got us flying over Strand, and then we're going to actually, it's almost like a backtrack. It's kind of a little weird. We're on a 288 after this. Hopefully it's a flyby waypoint, and I'm not doing a flyover because I don't want to cut this angle too much.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to land. Please remain seated until we have...
So that's Strand right there. And I don't know if you can see. You see the beacon, it will go white, and then it will go green here in a second. There's green. That tells you it's an airport. And you see right there, there's that asphalt circle. That's likely the VOR sitting right there. And this is a flyby waypoint. We don't have to go right over it. We're making our turn. I'm just going to yank a little thrust to get us, trying to narrow up this turn a little bit. It's a little bit of a weird grab on the final approach fix here. We've got more than 90 degrees. System should make the turn, but that's if the game models it correctly. We're way fast. Okay, I thought we were at 220. We're going too fast here. I gotta slow down. All right, so I'm looking for the airport. I don't see it yet. I don't see it yet. You see how we got this more than 90-degree turn? I might have to fix that myself. That it right there? I doubt that's it. I can't see it yet. Okay. I'm trying to see, is this it right here? I can't tell. It's close to the water. I'm just not seeing it. It's usually an empty space. Could be this right here. I'm not sure. So there's that. That's that southwest right there. That's been ahead of us. Now, likely what it might want us to do the procedure turn. We'll see if they tell us that. I doubt it. So if we have to do the procedure turn, we're going to turn outbound on the 17. We'll do a teardrop in. What's that going to be? So that's going to be 357 minus 45. So we'll talk a 312. So we'll do a 312 and then come back in for the 177. So there he is. We can watch him come in. Where's the airport? This might be it right here. Yeah, I think that's it right there. Usually you can find the airport. There it is right there. I think that's the... I think there's a rabbit. If you look on the chart, it showed the Malisar has a rabbit. So, rabbit is a light that goes zip, zip, zip in like a rabbit. So... Oh, shit. Speed, 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 speed. I'm not paying attention. Speed. Just give me the speed now. The problem, too, is I can't hear the engines as well as I'd hear them IRL, so I can't, like... I can't plan it off of the engine sound. And you can't feel the plane slowing down and speeding up, so...
Endeavour 5029er, you are 11 miles north of Myrtle Beach. Contact Myrtle Beach Tower on 128.45 when inbound.
Okay. I'm going to do the procedure turn.
Tower on 128.45 Endeavour 5029er.
Yeah, I'm going to do the procedure turn. Yep, that's the plan. Okay. Maybe. I can't see my fucking speed. Problem, too, is I can't get my eyes to adjust properly. Here, let's just do this. There's approach. Okay. I got it in heading approach mode now. I got to slow us way down here. I'm not going to do the procedure turn. I want this just inbound, so... Alright, I'm going down to 1006. Gears coming down. There's the runway. Yeah, if I did the procedure turn, that would have probably been a little cleaner, but I don't know how the system's going to react to that.
Endeavour 5029er, 10 miles north inbound ILS runway 18 approach.
Endeavour 5029er Myrtle Beach Tower. Altimeter 29er.84 when 180 at 6. Cleared ILS runway 18 approach.
Cleared ILS runway
I'm going to fix it myself here.
5029er.
I just kick the autopilot off so I can do it myself. All right. It's not, it didn't grab the nav course, so...
Southwest 2085 heavy exit runway when able.
Again, Southwest doesn't have any heavies.
Southwest 2085 heavy contact ground on 120.3. Endeavour 5029er heavy altimeter 29er.85 when 179er at 11. Cleared for takeoff runway 18.
What? Are they talking to a different... Oh, that's the actual... That's the real plane. That's the real plane that we're doing the flight of. That's it leaving. Watch my speed here.
Goodbye.
Alright, I'm low on the glide slope. Yeah, the plane didn't grab the approach course very well here, so I'm going to switch to nav. And kick it into approach and see if we'll grab it now. When I get on it. I'm on it now.
Tower, lift 9er 26 ready for IFR departure, runway 18.
Can't see VREF.
Lift 9er 26 line up and wait.
Alright, slow down a little bit. The lower blue line's my VREF.
Endeavor 502 9er, wind 179er at 11.
I'm clear to land right now.
Clear to land, runway 18.
There's my
Clear
landing
to
clearance.
land runway 18, Endeavor 5029er.
Alright, starting to slow down to final approach speed here. It's hard for me to like zoom my eyes in like I would naturally do
Line
IRL.
up and wait, lift 9er 26. Endeavor 502 9er, heavy contact Jacksonville. Lift 9er 26, altimeter 29er, decimal 85, wind 179er at 11. Cleared for takeoff, runway 18.
1,000 feet. We're a little low. I'm trying to just level this out and get us back on here.
Cleared for takeoff, runway
I'm pretty much
18,
mostly
lift 9er
visual here. I am low. I should not be low, but... He just got cleared to take off. Alright, I'm on glide slope now. A little bit fast. Slow down just a little bit. Alright, we're looking good. We're about on glide slope. We're on localizer.
Lift 9er 26, contact Jacksonville Center on 128.7. Good day.
Glide slope's real hard to see on my PFD. It's right there. I can actually see it better over here. I'm kind of cross-checking to the right. I'm a little fast. I'm gonna yank some thrust. The trim is real hard to work here. It's not. I have no feel, which is tough. I need the feeling of the trim to kind of actually get it trimmed up properly.
Myrtle Beach
All
Tower,
right, we're coming on
lift 9er
speed.
26, 1 mile south inbound, ILS runway 18 approach. Lift 9er 26, Myrtle Beach Tower. Altimeter 29.
Altimeter's down, 3 degree flaps are set, lights are set, thrust reversers are armed, 4-lane checklist complete. 400.
Cleared ILS runway 18 approach, lift 9er 26.
See how much correction you actually do, and like, especially with windy, you'd be doing a lot more correction than this. Like, I don't want to accept any deviation. I want to be perfectly on, so that's why I do so much correction. Speed's a little bit fast, but I have no feeling over it, and I can't hear it properly, so I'd rather run a little bit fast than stall right over the runway.
100,
I was trying to pull a little bit of power here.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10,
We're idle. Thrust reversers are on. 80 knots still in the thrust reversers. And we'll go for the high speed that I already pre-briefed. That gives 5,000 feet of rollout here, so not too bad.
Endeavor 502 9er, turn next taxiway.
We shall. Alright, getting to the brakes. Here's the high speed that I briefed. It's good to brief that taxiway so you know what you're looking for. You know, because you get hard on the brakes and you're like, oh no, it's a back taxi, I don't want to do that, you know, so now it's like I can just, I know which taxiway to expect.
Endeavor 502 9er, contact ground on 120 decimal tree.
23, 3.
120 decimal tree, Endeavor 5029er. Goodbye.
Lift 9er 26, wind 179er.
I can't ever see the flaps correctly. There we go.
Runway 18.
Our flaps are up. Thrust reversers can get disarmed.
Clear to land runway
Come on,
18,
give it
lift
to me.
9er 26.
Myrtle Beach ground, Endeavor 5029er taxi to the gate.
Endeavor 502 9er, taxi to gate 6 Alpha using taxiway Zulu Charlie 4 Alpha.
Taxiing to Gate 6 Alpha using taxiway Zulu Charlie for Alpha Endeavor 5029er.
That's none of the gates are really numbered here. It's Bravo and Alpha. Bravo's this left building, Alpha's the right one. It would be Bravo, 1 through whatever in that, but whatever. I'm looking for 6. Probably right there with the Sky Catering, I would say. They'd be labeled a little bit better. We got APU up, APU's up. Okay. How's he have us coming in here? Okay, the line's here. No Marshall. All right, engines are shut down.
Myrtle Beach clearance delivery Southwest 3680 Heavy IFR to Denver, ready to copy. Southwest 3680 Heavy is
All right, very good.
Airport is filed. Takeoff runway 18 climb and maintain 13,000 feet. Departure free.
All right, good. So that was a good flight down to Myrtle Beach. Very nice. Yep. That was a kind of a weird approach here. I'll kind of debrief the approach and show you why it was weird. So because we did the initial approach fix here of Cree, you notice how it's more than a 90-degree angle. So that's going to be a tough turn. That's why we shot through the course there. I was going to manually grab it earlier and just either put it on, or what you do is a procedure turn. So you'd come in here and you go over PD, and then you'd come up 45 degrees and you would turn around to do a teardrop entry and come in like that, but I didn't want to do it. Yeah, so that's what we end up doing there. Let's go ahead and we'll head back to LaGuardia. So let's plan that. I assume it's going back LaGuardia. What's this message I got? It's challenge info from skis are fine to use. I forgot about that. That's from Alistair. All right. All right, let's go ahead and we'll plan our way out of here. So likely we're going back to LaGuardia. Let me just double check on FlightAware. I guarantee they're going to LaGuardia. Let me refresh it and then I'll grab it here. Hilton Head, St. Louis. St. Louis is a long flight out of LaGuardia. That's a pretty long flight. That's not that bad. 2-something hours. Myrtle Beach to LaGuardia. Yep, here it is. 5029, same flight number. That's literally the plane that we heard taking off when we were coming in, was that flight that we were, emulating. So they're going to go up to 310. So let's go Myrtle Beach. All right, and we're going to be going to LaGuardia. LaGuardia. Let me quickly click on LaGuardia, see what the weather's doing there. Will it show me the weather now? Probably not. That's fine. I'm looking, seeing where they're landing. It's an Endeavor taxiing up to take off. Who's approaching? Here we go. They're landing runway 4. And they're also landing runway 13. So they're landing 13 and 4. We're going to take 4. So let's expect, here, let's do this. No, stop. Piss off. My God, game. Just come on. Let me scroll, you son of a bitch. This game, sometimes. It never likes it when I put a gate in. There's a rival gate. Go high. Let's put it in the high. Let's go ahead and proud to all. I want to go ILS 4. Proud 2 looks good. We want to go off of, here, let's do this. Come down here to Myrtle Beach. Put in the gate that we were on, which was here. Gate 1 Alpha, which they called 6. All right. We're going to go ahead and departure direct is fine. They're going to take us off of runway 18, and then we'll go up Proud 2 into ILS 4. Check the Proud 2. Yep, that looks good. All right, that's good. Navlog for 310. All right, that looks all good. Even the flight number is the same. Fuel, how do we look at fuel? Fuel's excessive, but I don't give a shit. Let's get that going. Hopefully it didn't screw me up. Proud 2 is all I need to remember. Hopefully my brain will remember that. So there is weather into LaGuardia. So I'm going to plan an alternate. Because we do have weather in LaGuardia. See if I can get a quick METAR off LaGuardia. I can grab it. I can grab it in game. I don't have to look it up out of game. Okay. Alright, so we're going to go ahead. I'm going to put this in turn mode. So that's essentially a turn is like, we just landed. Let the passengers off. Put new passengers on. Get the hell out of there. So we're going to go for turnaround. Alright, there we go. Open, 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 open. Oh, that's good. And then, generally speaking, I gotta do a bunch of extra bullshit here because the game didn't set it up in the way that I would consider to be correct. APU door. Oh, we're plugged into ground power. Yep, okay. SOV valve open, APU doors open, symbology, spin. Yeah, we'll spin that APU, get that going. Alright, we're plugged into the terminal at the moment. Let's go ahead and start rocking and rolling here. Quick turn, IRL will be like 20 minutes. Should be able to get the plane out of there in 20 minutes. Alternate. Let's check the weather, see if I need one. Alright, we'll actually do it the way we do it IRL, see if I actually need an alternate. Come on, zoom, 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 zoom. Get up there, bitch. Alright, there we go. Alright, Lagage. Alright, LaGuardia, 28th day of the month, 1951 Zulu. So that is currently, what are we at, 16 to 4, 18. Okay. 06015, 2 statute miles visibility, light rain. Overcast, we have a broken layer that counts as a ceiling. All right, mist. We have very low visibility here, so I need a I'm going to need an alternate. So what we're going to do is I'm going to look at FlightAware, and we're going to go ahead and use I wouldn't want that close. Let's see. Bradley. We're going to use Bradley as a... I think Bradley is good. Let's look at Bradley. No, that's Sikorsky. Where's Bradley? BDL. There's BDR and BDL. BDL's Bradley. Should be further up. Where the hell's Bradley? There's Bradley. We'll use Bradley. Bradley is... see, 10 statute miles visibility. That's good. Bradley, we know, has an instrument approach. Few at 3,400. The broken layer is at 5,000, so we meet all the minimums for that to be our alternate. So Bradley is going to be our alternate. All right, Bradley's our alternate. That's good. All right, let's go ahead and we'll do departure arrival. We're going to be departing off runway 18 out of here. I'll go ahead and execute that. Departure arrival. We're going to be going LaGuardia. We're going to go... Where is it? Shit. I don't have the Proud 2. Piss, piss, piss. I'm going to have to enter it in manually. That's annoying. That is really annoying. Shit. That's alright. I'll enter it in manually. I don't have the Proud 2 in here because I have the shit database. Alright. That's going to be a lot of entering, but we'll do it. All right. All right. Let's see. I want Zordo. I don't know if half of these are going to be in here. I really need to do this database. Zordo. Not found. Fuck off. So annoying. Lark. Hopefully that's in there. Fuck off. Just like I have like no waypoints in this database. There we go. Rutgers in. Hertz. God damn it. Grok. Let's try Grok. Grok. Hydra. If I had the high charts, I could put in the airways, but I don't have the high charts, so like I wouldn't have to enter in each of these waypoints if I had the high chart. But I don't want to look up the high chart either. It just takes me a second to put it in. Ridgy. Eno, 3 letters would be a VOR. And then we want to check it, so it's likely 3.9 would be my guess. So let's just look at something 3.9. That's it. It's the top one. Clear that. And then we want to go Skippy. Bessie. Where are we at here? EDJ. Davies. Holy. Brand. And likely it's going to be it definitely. See, South 18, that's south of the equator. North 40. Corey. I don't know if I have Corey in the database or not. Yep, it's in there. Let's see. Depty. Tykes. Whereas. Make sure the INS is up. Okay, it is good. It's up. All right. Whereas. I think Benning might not be in here. I'm not sure. Nope, it's in there. Okay, good. Rahel. That's not found. That looks like that's on 1.8 maybe. Dennis. We have Dennis. DNNIS, okay. Knew it looked like too many letters. Dennis is good. Dials. Do we actually have dials? Do we have... Let me check. Dials. Alright, runway 4. Green. Okay, it's already in there. So it has green instead of Dennis. So I bet you Rachel was essentially before there. So what we'll do is we'll get rid of... where is... We'll do... Benning looks good. We'll go right there to Dennis. Execute that. That looks good. Let's see, what do I want? I want to go over to that, and then let's zoom out. That looks good. That's the whole flight plan. Good. Get rid of all the airports. I don't need to see all that shit. We'll go over here to the flight plan. We'll copy the active flight plan. That's completed. Let's go back to flight plan, runway. Runway 18's already put in. We're good there. All right, that's all set. All right, flight plans in. What else do we need to do? Let's go to performance. Let's go ahead. Full boat. We've got bad weather in LaGuardia, so I'm going to make sure that we are full up on fuel. That's good. 7.8, that's good. Let's go ahead and set all my bugs because I don't like doing it. And let's go back to, we want to go to perf in it. And I'm going to do 70 packs. 10. Come on. Stop your ticket. 75. And then 98. I think it's 16. 62. Okay, there we go. Execute that. I gotta execute again with the cruise. 310. I think I put in there. There we go. Execute that. And that's gonna set up our altitudes and everything and our top of descent. All right, that looks good. I think we're good to go there. All right, so we're all set to push. Let's go ahead and get rid of the ground power cart. All right. Grab ATIS.
Myrtle Beach Airport information, Sierra 2000 Zulu. Wind 179er at 11. Visibility 10. Sky condition, ceiling 4,800 feet overcast. Temperature 28. Dew point 10. Altimeter 29.85. ILS runway 18 in use. Landing and departing runway 18. VFR aircraft say direction of flight. All aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact. You have Sierra.
I didn't get the altimeter.
Myrtle Beach Airport information, Sierra 2000 Zulu. Wind 179er at 11. Visibility 10. Sky condition, ceiling 4,800 feet overcast.
Dude, can you not drive?
Temperature 28. Dew point 10. Altimeter 29.85. ILS runway 18 in use. Landing and departing runway 18. VFR.
Myrtle Beach clearance delivery. Endeavour 5029er IFR to LaGuardia, ready to copy.
Endeavour 5029er is cleared to LaGuardia Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 18 climb and maintain 11,000 feet. Departure frequency is 127.4 squawk 7366.
Endeavour 5029er cleared to LaGuardia Airport is filed. Takeoff runway 18 climb and maintain 11,000 feet. Departure on 127.4 squawk 7366.
Endeavour 5029er readback correct. Contact ground on 120.3. Good day.
Captain, the cabin is secure. All passengers are aboard. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the captain and crew, welcome aboard this flight.
7.8 on the trim.
Before takeoff, we would like to encourage all passengers to watch our cabin crew display the safety
Doors closed. All right, good.
Myrtle Beach ground. Endeavour 5029er requesting pushback.
Endeavour 5029er pushback request accepted.
All right. We're all set for push. All right, I'm going back track IR here. But there we go. Uh, 3A on? 3A is not on. Turn 3A on. Flaps. There we go. That was a little rough push there, guy. Our spinning one.
Myrtle Beach ground. Endeavour 5029er requesting the end of pushback.
Endeavour 5029er request to end pushback received.
Fix my camera here. It's off. Let's screw me up. goes on the hydraulics. Alright, spinning 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, please pay attention as we display the safety features and procedures of the aircraft in case of an emergency. During an emergency, please remain in your seats with your seatbelts fastened and your seats in the upright position. In case of a drop in cabin pressure, breathing masks will drop from the ceiling and should be placed over your head. If there is smoke in the cabin during the evacuation of the aircraft, the walkway emergency
There's
light will
20%.
display to the exits which
Do
are
it too early, you got a hot
located
start.
and here. In case of an extreme emergency landing, you will be instructed to get into the brace position, which is executed by placing your head between your knees with your hands over your head. We would also like to remind you that you should turn off all electronic devices. We thank you for paying attention.
Trying to
this
watch
brief
this N2
presentation.
here, make sure we don't get a hung start. You get a hung start if you have too much of a tailwind blowing in the ass of the turbine. Alright, then we want taking off of 177. There's 177. Alright, 2's up. Let's check the electrics page. AC. Looks good. DC. Looks good. Hydraulics. All covered. Back to status page. APU's coming off. And doors are closing. Alright, we're going to go ahead and get a taxi clearance.
Myrtle Beach ground, Endeavour 5029er with Sierra ready to taxi IFR.
Endeavour 5029er taxi to and hold short of runway 18 via taxiway Alpha Alpha 6. Contact tower on 128.45 when ready.
Taxiing hold short runway 18 using taxiway Alpha Alpha 6 Endeavour 5029er.
Alright, going to flight control page. Alright. Flight control check. You'll see them do this when you, like if you, right after you push from the gate, you'll notice flaps sometimes go down. That usually depends on if it's electric flaps or if it's hydraulic flaps, because you need the engines up for the hydraulic flaps. And then once the hydraulics are up, you'll start seeing them do, sometimes they do on taxi out, you'll start seeing them moving the ailerons. You won't see the elevators from inside the plane, but ailerons, elevators, rudder, they do it all to check the systems, make sure everything is running and they're moving the correct direction. You can see the correct direction on that page. Do I have a takeoff? Okay. Jesus. I just couldn't see it because I'm sitting up. Like, I'm sitting appropriate where I should be on the airplane, but I can't see up there. There's a green message. That's takeoff config. That tells me that I'm in the right configuration for takeoff. So I want to go ahead and I'm going to put on crossfeed there. All right, slats flaps set at 8. Flight controls are checked. Trims are 7.8 and in the green. Flight instruments check. Brake temperature check. So you can check brake temps right there. Before takeoff, we'll do in a second. All right, so runway heading, and then they'll give us a vector on course. So I've got the runway heading set in there. 11,000 feet, so takeoff briefing, we've got 9,000 feet of runway. If we have an emergency before 80 knots, we'll stop for anything, any sort of caution message. Once we go over 80 knots, we'll only stop for engine fire, failure, any of the severe occurrences. Thrust reverser deploy, slats deploy, spoiler deploy, and then we'll stop. Once we hit V1, we'll take care of it in the air, and we'll come back and we'll plan to land on runway 18. If we need to, we'll head over to Strands. All right, so takeoff briefing's complete. A little bit of a cloud business there. Let's see if I can see it. I doubt it. Come on, brakes, 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 brakes. I'm not high enough on my rudder pedals, so I'm not hitting the brakes correctly. Right, switch over. There you go. Here's the flight attendant.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has
This is the ILS hold short line, so if people are running the ILS, we could stop back here. Helps from getting any sort of signal confusion. Let's put the transponder on.
Myrtle Beach Tower, Endeavour 5029 are ready for IFR departure runway 18.
Endeavour 5029er altimeter 29er decimal 85117 at 11. Traffic is Airbus A20N on final.
Let's see him
Cleared
yet.
for takeoff runway 18.
Clear for takeoff. It's one on final. Doesn't mean that doesn't
Cleared
mean
for
he's
takeoff
close.
runway
Didn't say
18, Endeavour
mileage.
5029er.
Just says he's on final. He didn't say he was on short final or he's close or expedite or anything like that. Not that the game knows to say all that shit, but. And we're set to toga. Thrust set. Airspeed's alive. 80 knots. V1. Rotate. Positive rate. Gears coming up. So,
Endeavour 5029er contact Myrtle Beach departure on 127.4. Good day.
autopilot's on.
Going to 127.4 Endeavour 5029er. Myrtle Beach departure Endeavour 5029er is passing 1,700 feet, climbing 11,000 feet.
Endeavour 5029er Myrtle Beach, departure altimeter 29er decimal 85 radar contact, continue to Zordo. Endeavour 5029er, climb and maintain flight level 180.
Climb and maintain flight level 180 Endeavour 5029er.
I gotta shut off track IR so I can zoom in on my panel and see what the hell I'm looking at. Alright, we're going to Zordo. So I just turned the heading bug and then I'm gonna fix it here in a second. Especially these smaller airports, they just climb you right out because there's no other traffic you have to worry about. That's usually why you're like doing all these waypoints and why we have all these altitudes. Like when we left LaGuardia, we had certain altitudes at certain points, and that was because of the fact that we had a shitload of traffic to deal with. All right, Zordo. I don't know where the hell Zordo is. Let's go ahead to Rucker. I'm gonna go right to nav here. That'll take me to Rucker. Zordo, I don't think it has in the database, so it'll get me on course to there. So if we look here,
Endeavour 5029er, contact Jacksonville Center on 128.7.
I'm worried about how it's
Good
gonna
day.
turn me on here. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'll fix it in a second here.
128.7 Endeavour 5029er. Goodbye.
There we go. Now I'll go back to nav. So there's that Strand Airport. So like I called, if we had an engine failure, we'll either come back for 18 or we'll go to Strand. So need be if we seriously had to come back, like here's the airport right there, we'd have to come back around to 18 or we could go right into Strand. So
Jacksonville Center Endeavour 5029er is passing 9,800 feet, climbing flight level 180.
Endeavour 5029er Jacksonville Center altimeter 29er decimal 85 radar contact. Continue to Zordo.
copy, copy. All right, so I got a speed set to. We're doing 3,000 feet per minute climb, so I've got us speeding up to 250. We're already through 10,000 feet, so I can speed us up beyond that. I'm gonna chime the flight attendant, let them know that we're through 10. Set the speed to 280 there. I don't know what the actual climb profiles they like. Running after takeoff checklist. I did everything, but we'll run it anyway. Fuel cross lows auto, bleeds and APU are set, thrust reversers are off, and CAS is checked. All right. Got good climb performance right now. We're still doing 3,100 feet per minute, 280 knots. So not having any climb performance issues. So we expect the weather to be quite poor in LaGuardia. It's going to be a lot of haze and mist. It's going to be right at minimums, which would be nice. There's flight attendant.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now serving sandwiches.
Flight attendant serving sandwiches. What are we doing there? Ooh, wow, 4-3. That's fast. Let's go ahead and drop the nose 300 knots. Start speeding up here. Don't need to climb up super duper fast. It looks like a
Endeavor 5029er climb and maintain flight level 250.
250.
Climb and maintain flight level 250 Endeavor 5029er.
250. Still doing 3,000 feet per minute at 300 knots, which is pretty good. Speed us up to 320. Just flatten our climb out a little bit. We're getting really good performance here. We're still doing 2,000 feet per minute and accelerating. So. Now you got 6 gas analyzers. Yeah, they're you need them for a bunch. You need them for some of the early quests. All right, cross through 180, going standard altimeter setting all across the board here. There we go.
Jacksonville Center FlexJet 426 Heavy is at flight level 18.
FlexJet does not have any heavies.
FlexJet 426 Heavy Jacksonville Center radar contact continue.
All right, so I'm looking here. I'll bring up the weather here so you guys can see it. So here is the where we're heading into. That's the actual flight running it right now. So it's looking pretty gross in LaGuardia for going in there. So keep an eye on that. I'll check the weather in right now. And we'll see you later there, Rasmus. Thanks for hanging out. Let's grab this. Why the fuck? Oh, okay, we're off course because I don't have Zordo, so I'm heading all the way up to Rucker. That's why we're off course. I don't.
Endeavor 5029er climb and maintain flight level 310.
That's gonna be our final.
Climb and maintain flight level 310 Endeavor 5029er.
I'm
just gonna look at LaGuardia.
Endeavor 5029er contact Washington Center on 118.475.
18475.
Going to 118.475 Endeavor 5029er. Washington Center Endeavor 5029er is at flight level 250 climbing flight level 310.
Endeavor 5029er Washington Center radar contact continue to Zordo.
All right, so 15 knot wind, 2 statute mile visibility. It's the same METAR we had before. I don't have a TAF for it right now, so if I had a TAF, I could tell what it was going to be like when we get there. But 2 statute mile visibility, light rain, mist, broken at 600 feet. So let's look at the ILS 4. That's what we're going to shoot in there. So I'm going to start getting rid of some of these old charts I don't need. All right, ILS 4, we're going to go down to 283 feet. So because we're going down to 283, the broken layer is at 600 feet. So we're going to be well below it by 320 feet. So we'll break through the clouds, and then we'll see the airport. One of the reasons I wanted the alternate, though, is we have mist. So the mist could obscure it, and we have less than 3 statute miles visibility. So even though the shit. Overspeeding here. I caught it quick. Stand by. I should not be in. I should be in VSI mode here. There we go. So, like the overcast layer is the ceiling layer is fine at 600 feet. It's the visibility that's a problem, and likely the visibility is this low because of the light rain and the mist. So the light rain and the mist are giving us that because you look at the temperature and the dew point are close. When they're close, that's when you're going to probably get some mist, some fog, stuff like that. So that's that's why we put in for an alternate. So our alternate is up here at Bradley, Connecticut. It's far enough away that if you look, we have 10 miles visibility, plenty of visibility there, and it's short. So we need to be able to, so like if nobody was making it in LaGuardia, everybody was going mist, which we shouldn't have a problem getting in there. But if everybody was going mist, we would then go to Bradley. It's a short trip to Bradley, and one of the reasons, there's a number of reasons you do this. One, we're going into an area that has nice clear, and we can make it in. So we guarantee we're going to make it into Bradley. The other thing is, like, thinking about the customers, you want to make sure the customers could get back to New York. So one thing is if New York's socked in and they're not going to make it in at all, that's not a bad drive. That's like, let's see. Hartford's about 2 hours to Hartford. Which, yeah, so Bradley, I would say probably, like, if you're trying to get in New York proper, it's probably going to take you 2 hours to get in there. So probably like a 2-hour drive. So you could rent a car, you get on a bus, they could get you back there. Like if put it way the fuck out here in the middle of nowhere, it's going to be a bitch to get in there. Bradley's pretty good to get in. The highway's right there for, I can't remember the highway numbers, but you'd take in, I think 15, take 15 into to 84 and 95, and then south.
Traffic is 3 o'clock 4 miles at flight level 340 Airbus A20N. Report them in sight.
Okay. See nothing, Lebowski.
Endeavour 5029er, don't have Airbus A20N in sight.
So yeah, so having that, all right, we got 1,000 feet, 300 for 310. So having that alternate is good for that because the visibility is going to be low. So knowing that the visibility is going to be low, we want the ILS. The ILS gives us, the ILS will bring us into the airport. This is one thing to be interesting though. Here, I got to watch my speed here. I've got a little bit of a gain on there. Let's quickly look at this and then I got to check speed. So if we look at this real quick, again, it's ILS localizer, so if the glide slope went out, we could legally run it as the localizer. The problem is if you go down here, the lowest altitude we can descend to on the localizer is 640 feet. The ceiling level's at 600. We would not see the airport. We can't land. We need the precision approach. We need to be able to go down lower, or else we'll never see the airport and we have to go somewhere else. So.
Endeavour 5029 029er traffic is 3 o'clock 4 miles at flight level 340 Airbus A20N.
Nope.
Report them in sight.
Stop calling them out. Sam.
Endeavor 5029er traffic, not in
All right,
sight.
we're on altitude cap here, so likely we
Endeavour
would overspeed.
5029er contact Washington
If I don't
Center
pull a
on
little power.
135.5. Good day.
It's 25.5? 25.5. 135.5.
135.5. Endeavor 5029er. Goodbye. Washington Center, Endeavor 5029er, flight level 310.
Endeavour 5029er Washington Center radar contact continue to Lark.
Am I going to Lark now? Lark's the one I don't have, so. Alright, so 54 minutes to get us into LaGuardia. We have lots of extra fuel. I just filled us with fuel. Again, we have low visibility going in New York. It is not a long flight to Raleigh. The rule is you have to go to your destination airport, then to your furthest alternate, plus 45 minutes of travel at normal cruise. So we only have one alternate. We don't need a second alternate. If, for example, if I picked White Plains, let's look at White Plains here. It looks like you can see we're going between 17 and 18, so we're probably not going to overspeed. I can look at it now. Like, let's say I put in White Plains as our alternate, which would probably be more convenient if people had to drive. But White Plains is right here. It's in close proximity, so look at White Plains, 2 statute mile visibility. So that is marginal. So I could put White Plains as an alternate, but I would still need to put Bradley as a second alternate because the weather is too shitty here. You know, it's White Plains is 2 statute miles visibility. Let's see. RVR is 1.6, so 6,000 foot RVR. Light drizzle, mist. Again, that's the problem, mist, and we have a broken layer at 600 feet. So really not good. We can't use that as an alternate. We actually can't use that as an alternate. Could we two? Yeah, we could probably. No, we probably can't use that. We could use it as an alternate, but we need a second alternate. And then Bradley, as you can see, we're in good shape up in Bradley. So Bradley is the best alternate. That's what we want to use. All right, you see how it just flicked over from 1.8 to 1.9, so I know that we're going to probably keep gaining a little speed, so I'm just going to pull back just a crack of power because I have to go use the head. There we go. All right, that'll keep us from overspeed. I'll be right back.
Endeavour 5029er contact Washington Center on 135 decimal tree. Good day. Washington Center Flexjet Tree 47 Heavy flight level 400. Flexjet Tree 47 Heavy Washington Center radar contact continue.
135 decimal tree, Endeavor 5029er. Goodbye. Washington Center, Endeavor 5029er, flight level 310.
Endeavour 5029er Washington Center radar contact continue to RUKR. Cessna November Tree 720 Golf 4,100 feet. Cessna November Tree 720 Golf Washington Center altimeter 29.84 radar contact continue.
Alright, so let's see, get coffee going. Push the thrust up just a hair here. I don't need it. Don't need it screaming. The difference in actual speed is very minimal. It's like, you see, it's like, that's like 5 knot difference. Alright, so 47 minutes inbound. You're looking at there for Rusty, looks good. I'm gonna go ahead and just double this one up here. Let's copy the active. Let's go back to legs. Oh, interesting. I did not see this page before. So, like, if the AGG got stuck out, pop the passenger masks, engine disconnects, brake temp, cool the brake temp, refill crew oxygen. That's all interesting. I didn't see that before.
Endeavor 5029er contact Washington Center on 123.85. Good day.
2385.
Going to 123.85 Endeavor 5029er. Washington Center, Endeavor 5029er, flight level 310.
Endeavor 5029er Washington Center radar contact. Continue to RUKRR.
Doing it. So a bunch of new stuff from the new flight sim. I don't know if I'm gonna get it right away, but so what they did say, I believe, from what I've heard from the YouTubers, what is going on here? I didn't do anything on that. It's probably just a weather change, and it updated the weather.
Endeavor 5029er contact Washington Center on 118.75. Good day.
1875.
118.75 Endeavor 5029er. Goodbye. Washington Center, Endeavor 5029er, flight level 310.
Endeavor 5029er, Washington Center, radar contact. Continue to RUKR.
Rocka, Rocka, go to Rocka. Alright, so good chance we've got rain in the METAR, so there's a good chance that we might get a radar return. We'll see. I haven't really looked at the book to see how to play with this radar, so I'm not sure. But like, if you go in a less populated part of the country, like, you're not gonna get all these arrivals and everything, and like, we're already getting on the arrival here for New York, and the reason is, you know, they gotta line up JFK, LaGuardia, Newark, Teterboro, White Plains. They gotta get everybody in there, so they gotta get everybody on kind of the same page. I'm gonna go ahead and brief the approach in. ILS localizer runway 110.5044, 7,002 feet of runway, touchdown zone elevation is 21 feet. Let's see, here's the alternate minimums here. So this would tell us if we need the alternate, if we can use it as an alternate. We have Malisar. Missed approach, we're just gonna go, if we have to miss because we don't see it, we're gonna go to Bradley. We'll get vectors to Bradley. That's our, that's going to be our alternate. All right, let's see what we got here. We're coming in, Benning. I think, let me see if we have Veras. I think we have Veras. Look. You have Veras. Yeah, we have Veras right there. So we're going to be hitting Veras. Want to be less than 200 knots at Veras. Benning, we want to be at 3,000 feet, 1,800 at Rachel. We'll be 1,700 at Dennis. If I can find Dennis. Where the hell is Dennis? Right here, Dennis. Dennis here with the lightning bolt's going to be the glide slope intercept and our final approach fix. We're going to be at 1,700. We'll then follow the glide slope down. We're going to go down to 283 feet. Again, ceilings being reported at 6,000 feet. Only 2 statute miles visibility. And so we expect to be looking out for approach lights. But we should be breaking out around 600 feet. So. If the glide slope goes out, we're going to go missed, as we will not. We'll go down to 640 feet, level off at the MDA, and we'll see if we see it. Likely we won't, so we'll go missed to the missed approach point, and then we'll head to Bradley. That's about it. Looks good to me. All right. Make sure that let's go like that. Go like 320. That's good enough. Now we'll just depressurize this at 342 feet. I guess we'll let the passengers walk around for a little while. So 37 minutes to LaGuardia. You can see that we're starting to build up some clouds up there. If we look at that, let's see. I don't know, it's hard to tell. Yeah, we're getting there on that. But it's going to be, the visit isn't going to be great down there, so we got to expect that. So. Nice thing is this puts us pretty much on the final approach course pretty well. This arrival, we're not doing like that weird turn that we had to do into Myrtle Beach. Wasn't that weird, I just, oh shit, I have to do the procedure turn. Probably what I should have done, but it's alright, we could see it.
Endeavor 5029er, contact Washington Center on 132.55.
3255.
Going to 132.55, Endeavor 5029er. Washington Center, Endeavor 5029er, flight level 310.
Endeavor 5029er, Washington Center, radar contact, continue to Hertz.
Hertz. On the way to Hertz.
Washington Center, Cessna November 56488 is at 7,100 feet, descending 6,000 feet. Cessna November 56488, Washington Center, altimeter 29er.81, radar contact, continue.
I like Dallas Dare's comment on the latest weekly update. Somebody writes, I hate, what did he wrote? I hate storm arcs. Like, move on. Like, nobody's keeping you here. If you don't like a game, why do you hang out? I just, like, I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense to me. It's just silly. There are plenty of games that I don't like. I don't go on their websites and bitch all day.
Washington Center, Cessna November 1043, Quebec 8,900 feet. Cessna November 1043, Quebec, Washington Center, altimeter
Nice, that's-
29er.81, radar contact, continue.
Don't get it. I don't get it. I really do not. Yeah, the comments are always interesting. We can rag on the comments for a minute. So, you know, kind of hanging here, waiting for us to get in to New York. Let's do that. Just some of this, like, pure, like it's not that bad this week comparatively, but let's see. Not too bad. You know, you got standard people who whine and bitch about everything, but I've actually not even looked at the handle edition yet, so I'm not sure what it does. I have to look at it. A bunch of people liking that. It's like people give somebody clowns for, like, they like an update and they give them the clown. It's like, that's the amount of, like, just jackasses who need to just go do something else with their life. Perfunctory ad sales, I would say that's probably the next major update. Look at that. Who dat? Let's see. I like this one from Admiral Tire. I can't wait for all the normal fixed multiplayer whiny people to come around. There's one of the jackasses there. This I thought was a good comment. There comes the fixed multiplayer people who don't know to use non-gigantic vehicles. So again, they, you know, they're changing the game files to put something in the game that was never intended. Then they don't optimize it, and they probably have a potato PC, and then they complain. It's like, the game was never intended to do that, dude. And this guy, I understand his sentiment, but he's like, you know, people put a lot of work into it. Yeah, you put a lot of work into something the game's not intended to do. It doesn't mean that because you put a lot of work into it, it's going to work. You know, you're trying to put a square peg in a round hole, and while I worked hard on that square peg, great, but it's a round hole. It's not going to fit in there. It doesn't work. You know. Wah, go do something else, then, guy. Cry, cry, cry. Wah, wah, wah. Differentials, I think, would be cool, but, like, do we really need a new block for differentials? Probably not. I doubt it. Like, like, none of my vehicles have any differentials, and they all work fine, you know. And that's part of, like, when people say, oh, the wheels are too slippery, that's part of why the wheels are slippery, is so you don't need things like differentials. You know, that's one of the reasons they do it. Please optimize. You optimize your builds, man. Like, not much else you can do, man. You gotta optimize your own shit.
Charlie, you're 63 miles southwest. Climb and maintain 5,000 feet. Expect
Make sure I don't
ILS
get a-
runway for approach via Rigme transition.
Check.
Cleared to Rigme.
Like this jackass. Go do something else with your life,
Climb
man.
and maintain 5,000 feet. Expect ILS runway for approach via
Go look at
Rigme
this ding
transition.
dong.
Cleared to Rigme Cessna Tree 9er Charlie.
Let's see. 92 games. Let's check some reviews here. Does this guy like any games?
Number
Eh, there's
502 9er contact Washington Center on 133.9er.
339er.
Good day. Piedmont 5806 heavy traffic is 3 o'clock 4 miles at 14,100 feet Airbus A20N. Report them in sight. Southwest 2229er heavy traffic is 9 o'clock 3 miles at 13,100 feet Airbus A20N. Report them in sight.
133.9er Endeavour 5029er. Goodbye. Washington Center, Endeavour 5029er flight level 310.
Endeavour 5029er Washington Center radar contact. Continue to HYTRA.
Let's see. Do you even have one for Stormworks? Here he is. A game, I think. Dude's got 3,670 hours. And he's put on an additional 670 hours since he reviewed it 4 years ago. And it goes a game, I think. It's like... You've played this game that you don't think's a game for coming up on 4,000 hours, and it's like, dude, what, like, have you not getting your money's worth? Go do something, like, dude, like, look, what the fuck? Silliness. Absolute silliness. If you hate Stormworks, stop playing it. Nobody's forcing you to play it, you dick. Oh, so silly. I just think it's so silly. This guy's just useless. This guy's another whiner that just comes in here to whine all day. Go play something else there, guy. You don't like it. He just comes to whine. It's like his professional job to spam and whine. These are the types of people who eventually, like, rightfully get booted from it because, like, you know, the analogy I've used before is, like, say you have a coffee shop and you got somebody who didn't like their coffee. Okay, that's fine. And they come in and they say, oh, this coffee was terrible. I've never had such a bad coffee. You say, okay, you know, sorry I didn't like it. Would you like, you know, okay. You know, you drank it all, though. If you didn't like it, why'd you drink it all? Well, I paid for it, so I drank it all. Well, now you want your money back. You drank all the coffee. You can't get your money back. You drank the coffee. All right, so just don't order it next time.
Endeavour 5029er contact Washington Center on 132.55. Good day.
Back in the other sector.
132.55 Endeavour 5029er. Goodbye. Washington Center, Endeavour 5029er.
So it'd be like if that
flight
person
level
every
310.
week went into that coffee shop.
5029er Washington Center radar contact. Continue to PRNCZ.
Appearance Prince. They went in that coffee shop every week and just stood in the middle of the coffee shop and ranted and raved. And this coffee was terrible. I had coffee here one time and it was terrible. How long before that coffee shop would just be like, dude, you gotta leave, man. Like, all you're doing is, like, you're bugging the other customers. Get out of here, man. Like, if you don't like the coffee, stop coming here. You know? And that's the thing of it. And, like, those friggin' people, they hang around. It's like... And then they get pissy when they get booted from, say, like, the Discord or Steam because of their misconduct. They're coming in and ranting like a lunatic. And then they get booted because, you know, who wants somebody ranting in the lobby of their business? Nobody. They say because it drives away customers. And so they say, get out of my lobby. And they tell you cannot come there anymore. And then, so these people act like they have a right to go in the middle of your business and just bitch and complain. And you don't. There's no right to that. You can go out on this public street outside of the restaurant all you want. And you can rant there every day of your life. But nobody, you know, you don't have any right to be inside of the store bitching and ranting. And that's why, like, all these whiny people on Reddit who've been booted from Stormworks, you know, every forum, it's like, again, if you've been booted from 5 different places, the problem is probably you. I've been booted from nowhere. You know, most people have not been booted from anywhere. You know, there could be some things where, like, the bot booted you because, like, Citrus did a thing, he put up too many pictures at once. you know, he put up like 4 or 5 pictures at once, and the bot automatically booted him because the bot has a limit. It says, okay, you can put up 3 pictures at a time. He put up 4, and then he put up another 4. So he got the warning was the first one, and he got the timeout the second one. If he did it 5 times, like, you know, he'd probably get permanent booted, you know. And sure, you didn't know the thing, but again, you know, ignorance of the rules doesn't prevent it either. Let me read some of this chat here.
JetBlue 1784 Heavy, contact Washington Center on 13.9.
Yes, I did see that comment. That was pretty funny, Alistair. Yep, somebody has a different opinion from me, so they must be being paid. It's like, send me a friggin' check, man. Give me a check.
133.9 JetBlue.
Nobody sends me a check for shit.
Goodbye.
It's like, you know, it's funny. It's like, you know, oh, that was a good vanilla ice cream. You shill. You're shilling for big vanilla. No, I like vanilla ice cream. It's like, it's silly. Oh, interesting. You haven't even tried the handles. Yeah. I won't get into that topic too much, Alistair, but, you know, that person's been a thorn in the side of the devs for a while. And, like, the devs have told him, like, you know, essentially, we don't want to get involved with you on this stuff. And, like, so he's got, like, multiple strikes against him, you know, correct or not. You know. And, like, does he even put out any videos of the game that are anything other than complaining at this point? I don't think so.
Contact Washington Center on 132.05. Good day. 132.05, American 2774 Heavy. Goodbye.
3205. He's got to be close to me.
132.05, Endeavor 5029er. Goodbye.
You know, the other thing, too, is, like, people, they assume that the person that got booted, they're like, oh, they did nothing wrong, and then, like, you actually hear what they did, and it's like, usually it's like, yeah, of course he did. Reggie. You know, so I don't know the details of it, but it wouldn't surprise me, like, you know. He's gotten into clashes with them before, so it wouldn't surprise me if he's gotten into clashes with them since, you know. I can't remember the last time he said something positive about the game in the forums of it. You know, just it's always complaints. It's like, yeah, at some point, like I said, if people don't like the game anymore, go play something else, man. Like, it ebbs and flows for everybody, and then eventually there's going to be one day you pick up a game and you put it down and you never pick it up again. You know, I was going to do a little video on, you know, when the devs were asking, essentially, you know, should they keep doing weekly updates? And I think they should. One of the things that I would use is, like, for example, I stopped playing Derail Valley. I like Derail Valley, but they have a big update coming out next month. It got pushed off a month. They have not interacted with the community officially since last February.
Good day.
So, you know, we're talking 7 months. They haven't officially announced anything to the community in 7 months. Not as much as, hey guys, we're working on the new stuff. You know, hope everyone's enjoying the game. We'll see you later. Nothing, like, not even that. They've talked a couple times in discussions.
5029er, did you copy?
Bitch, what was the thing?
American 2774 Heavy, contact Washington Center on 125.45.
2545.
Good day.
Going to 125.45, Endeavor 5029er.
545. I did not hear you, sir. I was talking.
125.45.
Washington Center, Endeavor 5029er, flight level 310.
Endeavor 5029er, Washington Center radar contact. Continue to Echo November Oscar.
Edie. I forgot what my
Washington
train of
Center,
thought was.
American 2774 Heavy is passing 10,500 feet, climbing 17,000 feet. American 2774 Heavy, Washington Center, altimeter.
Oh, Derail Valley.
29.80 radar contact. Continue to ESSSO.
Yeah, so it was like Derail Valley. like, I like Derail Valley. The new update is going to probably bring me back to the game, but like, I much would prefer if every week the Derail Valley guys are like, hey guys, we're working on, you know, we're working on the new stuff. You know, just to recap, these are the things. I think it would be good for Derail Valley because, for example, let's say you're a new player and you're interested in Derail Valley, and you go to the discussions, and people are like, we haven't heard from the devs in 7 months. Well, what do people assume? Wrongly, but what do they assume? Dead game. Now, the devs know they have an update coming out in October. So if, like, say 6 months from October, they're like, you know, hey guys, you know, we expect the update to be out in September. You know, it was September originally. You know, these are just a reminder. Here's the roadmap, and these are all the things that are going to be in it. It's going to be a while because it's a bigger update. We don't want to screw up people's saves. So what we're going to do is one big update. And then, like, a month later, you're like, hey, guys, just checking in with you. We got some cool stuff done on passengers and on this. And, again, the update still looks like it's on time for September. See you next month. That's all you have to say. And then next month you go, hey, guys, you know, it looks like things are slow. You know, it's probably going to get a little delayed, maybe in October. But, you know, pastures stuff is done and looking really good. We're working on more cargo. We're working on this, working on this. See you next month. You know, just something as simple as that, I think, keeps the player base engaged. You know, and one of your best resources is your player base going out and, like, proselytizing your game and being like, hey, these are the cool things that are coming. And the problem, like, you know, here's a cool one in the Stormarks. Fucking bullshit that I'll show you guys. This one, this is...
5029er, descend and maintain flight
Okay,
level
I gotta pay
210.
attention to flying now. I missed her. Was it 210? Okay, I'll call it out.
Descend and
We're starting to
maintain
get
flight
in
level
descents here.
210, Endeavour 5029er.
So anyway, when they did the thing, so they had a thing where they showed all the cool mechs people have made, and all it was, hey guys, look at all the cool stuff people have made. They've made all these mechs. And the whole point was, even though we don't have mech parts, people's ingenuity have allowed them to build mechs. That was the whole point of that weekly update. And so that was the message of that weekly update, right? So look at this cool thing we have. Or look at all these cool things people have made. That's what it was all about, right? And so...
American 2774 heavy contact Philadelphia approach on 126.85.
And so then one dude put on Reddit, he's like, oh, now that we're getting mech parts, and a bunch of us called him out like,
Washington
who
Center
said we're getting
JetBlue
mech parts?
1784 heavy is
You know,
testing
nobody
flight
ever
level
said we're getting
350,
mech parts.
climbing flight level
And so,
370.
like, if you actually look at this week's...
Endeavour 5029er, contact Washington
Christ.
Center on 124.775.
24775, see ya.
Good day. JetBlue 1784 heavy Washington Center radar contact.
JetBlue doesn't have any
Continue to
heavens.
Papa Victor Delta.
Going to 124.775, Endeavour 5029er. Washington Center, Endeavour 5029er is at flight level
So anyway,
280,
this
descending
dude
flight level
puts a
210.
post up going, let me put, I responded to it.
5029er Washington Center radar contact. Continue to Bessie.
He goes, when does the Titan update come out? And so what I think he means is, when are we getting the mech update? Never. Nobody has ever said that we're getting a mech update. And so because some dude on Reddit, like, imagined something out of thin air instead of actually, like, reading the words, because they go right to the comment section instead of reading, or they read the headline instead of going, like, this is what they do with newspaper articles, unfortunately. They'll read the fucking headline, and they'll never actually read the text of it because, you know, they may not be literate. And so that's what ends up happening. And so you get a situation where this person has no clue what they're talking about. Then, you know, you get these people who go on Reddit and they say, oh, we've got mech parts coming. Well, they take that as gospel, as though this person took the time and the effort to actually listen to what the devs said. You know, they figure, oh, they didn't just pull it out of their ass. They must have heard it from the devs. No, they didn't hear it from the devs. They pulled it out of their ass. And so then you get a bunch of people who are disappointed because we don't get mech parts. Well, nobody said we're getting mech parts. You know, and so the better way to do it is have the devs come out and, like,
United 117
nip this shit in the bud. And that's one of the things that's good about weekly updates.
Report them in sight.
You can quickly see the chat here.
United 117 heavy traffic is 4 o'clock 4 miles at 12,000 feet Airbus A20N. Report them in sight.
Yeah, exactly.
United 117 tree heavy traffic in sight.
Yeah, like the only thing I want compensation-wise for like, I give my honest opinion of the game and I enjoy Stormworks, is like I think it would be cool to have my name in the game. That would be cool. That's all I want. You don't have to give me any money.
Good day.
It would be cool. That's the only thing I want. Is it would be cool. And if I don't get it, guess what? Oh, no big deal. You know, I have no right to it. You know,
132.525 United.
nobody owes me that. You know, I think it would be cool, and guess what? I would appreciate it. It's the same. It's the same type of attitude. It's the false sense of entitlement that people have. Is like I'm not entitled to my name being in the game, but if it happened, it would be cool. I'm not entitled to have my screenshots put in the weekly update, but when it happens, it's cool, and I appreciate it. You know. You get a bunch of these people who just whine about cool stuff. It's like, what the fuck? We're on our way to Holly right now. Holly. I'm looking for when we get in here. I think we're going to hit Hertz. Let's see where Hertz is. Tykes Fair is Benny. No, what? I thought this was the Proud 2. We not... Motherfucker, I didn't hear you. Relax.
Descend and maintain 13,000 feet. Endeavor 5029er.
Washington Center JetBlue 1784 Heavy is at flight level 350, climbing flight level 370. JetBlue 1784 Heavy, Washington Center radar contact. Continue to Papa Victor Delta. Washington Center Spirit Wings 9er Heavy is at 13,600 feet, climbing flight level 220. Spirit Wings 9er Heavy, Washington Center altimeter 29.87 radar contact. Continue to Alpha Romeo Delta.
Am I not on the Proud 2?
JetBlue 1016 Heavy traffic is 2 o'clock 4 miles at 13,200
I passed Ridgey, right? We're in board of Ridgey.
Report them in sight.
Okay, yeah, we're in board of Ridgey. I'm on page 2. Okay. That's good. I'm on page 2.
9er Heavy traffic is 4 o'clock 4 miles at 11,000 feet Airbus A20N. Report them in sight.
I'm going to need an altimeter setting here. And he always gives it to me late. When I go through a 180 guy, I need a fucking altimeter setting.
1016 Heavy, have the Airbus A20N in sight.
2993.
Spirit Wings 9er Heavy, have the Airbus A20N in sight.
Pretty much standard.
United 117 Tree Heavy contact New York.
You hear how busy New York is?
124.625. Good day. JetBlue 1784
Alright, we're
Heavy
coming up
contact New
on
York Center
Corey.
128.3. Good day.
Alright, Corey, we want to be above 10,000 feet.
625, United
That's the only
117
restriction
Heavy.
we have.
Goodbye.
Above 10,000. I'm looking for
Going to
speed.
128.3, JetBlue
Looking for
1784
speed
Heavy.
transition. Speed restrictions. I don't see any yet.
Brickyard Tree 670 Heavy traffic is 3 o'clock.
Alright,
4
Corey,
miles
we're
at
supposed to be at
13,000
10.
feet Airbus A20N.
That's not good. We're supposed to be at 10,000 feet at Corey. We're already past Corey. That, like, we can't do anything about it. That's just ATC not knowing what the fuck it's doing.
Brickyard Tree 670 Heavy traffic in sight.
Don't they do that or did they stop? What are you talking about? I don't know what you mean.
JetBlue 1016 Heavy contact Washington Center on 132.525.
14 for 13,000. Just checking radio real quick for auto tune. Yep, we're on auto tune. All right.
132.525 JetBlue 1016 Heavy.
14 for 13,000. I'm gonna let us slow down. We're supposed to be descending here again, so I need to get below 250. All right, land. Descent checklist complete. Actually, no, it's not complete quite yet. They were doing it for how many?
Endeavor 5029er descend and maintain 3,000 feet.
Oh fuck off. 3,000 feet. Okay.
Descend and maintain 3,000 feet. Endeavor 5029er.
Washington Center JetBlue 1016
Christ, I spun that way too hard. All right, let's see.
JetBlue 1016
Can we spin this to 3,000 feet, please? Thanks.
29er.87 radar contact.
3,000 feet. All right, I'm gonna set this to speed.
Endeavor 5029er contact New York Center
I'm
on
gonna pull spoiler.
118.975. Good day.
118.9er.75 Endeavor 5029er. Goodbye.
So with it in speed mode, it's gonna automatically pitch the plane to maintain speed.
New York Center. Endeavor
So I've got the thrust
5029er
back, I
is
got
at
spoilers out,
11,800
and it's gonna
feet,
pitch it to
descending
maintain
3,000
that
feet.
speed. I'm gonna kick the radar on.
Endeavor 5029er New York Center altimeter 29er
Kick the
decimal
FO
88
radar on, too.
contact. Continue to Tykes.
88. Okay.
Delta 2756 Heavy, your tree 9er miles southwest.
Going to Tykes.
Descend and maintain 3,900 feet. Keep speed not above 200 knots. Expect ILS runway for approach via Veris transition. Cleared to Veris.
Alright, they're doing the Veris transition. I gotta look at this real quick. Yeah, we're at Veris right now, so we're already on the transition.
New York Center,
Yeah, we're on our way to
JetBlue
Veris right
164
now.
Heavy is at flight level 350,
We want to be at
boarding flight level 370.
3,200 knots, I'd say at Veris.
Heavy New York Center radar
We're gonna be alright.
Continue to Papa Victor Delta.
We're at 200 knots at Veris. This could be a little ugly, this weather. We'll see.
Descend and maintain 4,000 feet. Keep speed not above 200 knots. Expect ILS runway for approach via Veris transition. Cleared to Veris Delta 2756 Heavy.
I'm going to go back on to track IR.
4710 Heavy, contact Washington.
This is going to be
Center on
busy because I got to actually run the
124.775.
approach here.
Good day.
I'll let the flight attendant know.
Endeavor 5029er, contact Philadelphia, approach on
Philly.
119.75. Good day. 124.775. Break
I
unit
clicked that
4710
instantly and it
Heavy.
didn't take.
Goodbye.
119er.75 Endeavor 5029er. Goodbye. Philadelphia approach Endeavor 5029er is at 5,900 feet, descending 3,000 feet.
Endeavor 5029er, Philadelphia, approach altimeter 29er.901 radar contact. Continue to Jersey.
Jersey. Come on, give it to me. Click it 3 times. I'm busy here. Going to Jersey? Yep, Jersey.
Endeavor 5029er, you are 29er miles southwest. Keep speed not above 200 knots. Expect ILS runway for approach via Veris transition. Cleared to Veris.
Keep speed not above 200 knots. Expect ILS runway for approach via Veris transition. Clear to Veris Endeavor 5029er.
Watching my speed. Here we go. We're coming up to 200 knots. There goes the spoilers. We're leveling off here. This is the shit right here, as you can see. We're sitting in the clouds here for a while. This is going to be probably pretty much nothing until we get down to 600 feet, unless the weather changed. Let me look real quick. I'm trying to grab the ATIS. 2595. It's hard to see. Looks like we broke out a little bit here. Now we're still in it. Okay.
LaGuardia Airport information, Kilo 2100 Zulu. Wind 080 at 12. Visibility, tree. Sky condition, few clouds at 2,500 feet, ceiling 4,800 feet over.
All right, weather's going up, so
Temperature,
minimums are actually going up a little bit.
2.10. Altimeter 29er.904. ILS runway 4 in use. Landing and departing runway 4. All aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact UF Kilo.
We'll listen to it one more time.
LaGuardia Airport information Kilo 2100 Zulu. Wind 080 at 12. Visibility, tree.
3
Sky
minutes.
condition, few clouds at 2,500 feet, ceiling 4,800
Okay,
feet
so
overcast.
the ceiling has gone way up. So visibility's 3 miles, ceiling's high, so we should break out pretty early actually. We're right above the breakout, so we're in this this 4,500 layer, just the bottoms of it looks like. I feel like I'm sitting way too far away. The zoom is weird on this. All right, so coming in on, are we on Benning? Veras, we're still coming up on Veras. Up on fast. I'm gonna slow down. They want 200 knots at Veras. It's hard for me to see without leaning forward. It's much easier to get your eyes to focus in the real cockpit than it is in the game. All right, here we go. We're turning in from Veras into Benning. We're already at 3,000 feet for Benning, so we're good. Once we clear Benning, we expect to go down to 1,008. We're cleared the approach, so we can do what we want to do here on the approach. We can follow it. I accidentally hit the yoke there. Luckily, I didn't kick the autopilot and have to put it back on. Yeah, if I had the TAF, I could probably read the weather was going up, but I didn't bother looking it up. Just maintain 200 knots here. All right, so we're gonna check the auto tune real quick. Make sure that auto tuned in 10.5. 10.5, beautiful. That's all we need.
Endeavour Flight 029er descend and maintain 1,800
There it
feet.
is.
Descend and maintain 1,800 feet. Endeavour 5029er.
Alright, so I got it set for 200 knots here. I'm just pulling the power. This would be uncomfortable to do IRL, but it's not bad to do in the game. So you can see it's descending me at that speed.
Until we have stopped.
Alright, we're within 1,000 feet. So this will keep us on 200 knots. I pulled the thrust back, and we're in speed mode, so it's going to descend us down to, just verify 1,008, 1,008. And then this is where we're going to, I believe this is glide slope intercept. No, 1,007. Once we pass Rachel, we're going to go 1,007. Should get glide slope intercept. Put us in approach mode. Alright, here we are leveling off. Once we get into alt cap, I can go back up on this thrust here and not have it change the deck angle. Alright, gears coming down. 1 notch flaps. 2 notch flaps.
Endeavour Flight 029er, you're 9 miles southwest of LaGuardia. Contact tower on 118.7 when inbound.
Tower on 118.7 Endeavour 5029er.
Try to see, we're going to Dennis. I gotta descend just a little bit. There we go.
Tower Endeavour 5029er 8 miles southwest, inbound ILS runway for approach.
Endeavour 5029er tower. Altimeter 29er.9er, wind 047 at 12. Cleared ILS runway for approach.
Good
Delta
approach.
2454 heavy, follow the Airbus A20 in on final. Wind 047 at 12. Cleared to land runway 13.
Yeah.
Cleared ILS runway for approach Endeavour 5029er.
Cleared to land runway 13, Delta 2454 heavy.
Watching the glide slope spin alive. I'm just watching.
Endeavour 5029er, follow the Airbus A20 in on final. Wind 047 at 12. Cleared to land runway 4.
Cleared to land runway for Endeavour 5029er.
My approach is armed. Hopefully it takes us in on the approach. I'm on nav localizer. We're good on that. Alright, let's see. Flight 10's advised passenger signs are on. Thrust reversers are not armed. So that landing gears down 3 grain. Flaps are set. 4-lane check is complete. Alright, we are going. We're on the glide slope. So we are on the glide slope fine. At this speed, I could turn on my wipers. You don't, yeah, there's a speed limit on your wipers, so you gotta be careful of that. So I'm just gonna ride like this is the viz. See the viz? This is that mist we were talking about earlier. That's what we're looking for. That's why, like I told you, there's the approach lights. As soon as we see the approach lights, we can continue down to 183 feet. So we're good to go down. So see, I lost them again. So you gotta keep an eye out. This is where mist gets to be a pain in the ass. So. Alright. There it is. Alright. Autopilot's disconnecting. Alright, approach lights in sight, continuing.
500.
Just follow the flight director.
500.
Runways in sight, landing.
100.
A little bit fast. Trying to get back on course just a hair here. We're not too bad. Alright, I'm a little fast. Trying to slow us down to VREF.
300.
V approach. Runway 4 is weird. Coming right over the houses.
200.
A little bit of power, a little bit of power. Power, power, power.
100.
Being sluggish to trim. Being real sluggish to trim.
40. 30.
Trim's being fucking weird.
20. 10.
Thrust reversers are out. On the brakes. Thrust reversers are stowed.
Endeavour 5029er, turn next taxiway. Endeavour 5029er, contact ground on 121.7.
121.7 Endeavour 5029er. Goodbye. Ground Endeavour 5029er, request taxi to the gate.
Endeavour 5029er, taxi to gate 6 using taxiway Bravo Echo Cross runway 4 Foxtrot Bravo Bravo.
What?
Please remain seated.
Oh, it's trying to give me, it's giving me bullshit tax instructions. So I'll just acknowledge
Taxi
it.
to
It's giving me
gate 6
bullshit
via
tax
taxiway
instructions.
Bravo Echo, cross runway 4 Foxtrot Bravo Bravo, Endeavour 5029er.
Stop. Click the right fucking thing, Jesus. It's giving me the wrong gates. It's trying to get me over to the other side, which is a bunch of nonsense. Shut my radar off here. Radars need to come off on the ground. Start cooking people. There is a safety that will automatically shut them off. But you still want to shut them off yourself too. Did I open up the door on the APU? See if I click the APU door. There it is. Okay. Door's open. All right. Nice IMC landing there. The trim is very tough in the game. It's like part of it's my yoke. It has a very strong spring. Like some people have replaced the springs and everything else. And so normally, like you'd feel that pressure and you keep trimming until there's no pressure, and you can't do that. So it's like essentially flying with the trim. So that's why I came in low the whole way, is struggling to try to get the trim properly. Which IRL, it's a lot easier to just like, you have electric trim right here in the yoke. You can see it right here. Right there's electric trim. And so you'd have your hand on there and you'd be click, 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 clicking, getting the trim where you want it. Alright, APU is up. Yeah, so you saw how I saw the rabbit, the approach lights there, the light that shoots in towards the runway, and then I lost it again. So, like, you want to make sure you see that airport environment before you, like, you're not going to commit anyway, but you could always go miss later. But you don't want to be like, you know, approach lights in sight, landing, and then I lost them, continuing. It's better to just wait until you definitely see the runway. Like, it gets worse than that. Like, I've had minimum landings where you come in and at 283 feet, you will see just the approach lights. So you say approach lights in sight, continuing. Then you go down to 183 feet, and at that point, you have to see the runway. Or you have to see the runway or you can't land. You gotta go missed. Let's see, we'll take this. We'll take Zulu here. There's nobody down here. Oh, thank you there, Al. Yeah, that was a fun landing. Like, landing in clear open skies is pretty boring to me. This is what I find to be fun. Yeah, nice IMC landing is fun to me. Got a little bit of a hill here. This airplane weighs up to like 85,000 pounds, essentially. Maybe a little bit lower than that, 84 maybe. Kind of a soupy day. Alright, then there goes the big fuel burners. We shut the big fuel burners off, because we don't need that. And then the reason it does all the complaining is you're losing your hydraulics, you're losing all those things that you don't need anymore. You know, so it doesn't matter that you're losing them, but it's warning you because in in a real situation, like if you're in the air, you'd want to know that you just lost all that stuff. Shutting off hydraulics again, it's going to give me messages upon messages. Seatbelt sign can come off. I don't know if it will attach to jet bridge. We'll see.
Ground Endeavour 5029er, could you please connect the jetway to the aircraft?
There we go, so it's doing it.
029er, the jetway is going to be connected.
Please make your way to the exit and please make sure you have all your personal items and carry-on luggage.
Ah! There's the jet bridge. Don't hit me. There you go. Ugh. Get ground power here. So we got ground power. I shut off the APU. We should close the door on that. It should still power these screens. Maybe Yeah, there we go. I had clicked it on, but that's, you know, it should have load shedded it, but it didn't. So, but that was a good flight. That was fun. Yeah, that was good. Yeah, it was fun going in there. I'd much rather go in there and land an IMC like this than just some sort of like see their airport from 400 miles away. It's pretty boring. But if you guys like the video, make sure you like the video. If you enjoyed it and have not subscribed, consider subscribing. And I will see you guys in the next one. Adieu.